must have regard.
And I know that he should be on his way.
Forget all your differences, let we start to...
Gotta say good afternoon going out to all our members via YouTube.
Surely will.
Streaming us live. Good afternoon going out to you guys as well, and also Facebook. Don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe on our social media platforms so that you will never miss any of the action.
I say,
and yes, share the live with your friends and family. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a neighbor that the Street Council is in session right here on the Street 919 FM. So it's another rainy, somewhat rainy day right here in Trinidad and Tobago. The weather, the skies are a bit overcast. I got a lot of rain on my way here to the station. So I would advise those that are on the nation roads, please take your time. No need to speed. You guys know when the roads are wet.
Surely I do have to spell them out.
It makes it much easier for you to skid off the road and so forth. So please take precautions.
Because now more than
if you're already late, no need to speed. You could only be late once, alright?
And production to build a strong and better nation.
So this is our check-in hour.
That is the main foundation.
Just about 20 minutes past the hour of 12 o'clock. And this is our check-in hour. And you guys know we go straight to 4 p.m.
Come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
So I invite you guys to check in with us. Let's know exactly what is on your mind, whatever concerns. So you probably just want to check in. Make sure that, you know, all is well. For those of you that don't know the numbers, let me share those numbers with you now, yeah?
Get interactive with us. Call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
So I want to say condolences going out again to Rihanna. You know, the celebrity Rihanna. You know, on the loss of her dad. I believe yesterday was his funeral. So condolences going out to Rihanna and her family once again. And to all the Bajans, you know, condolences going out to all of you.
Try to relate. Because now more than ever we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better.
Also over the weekend,
that is the main foundation.
There was a couple accidents. Well,
come let us work hand in hand.
So again, I want to make sure and stress as much as I could for us to please take our times on the nation roads.
Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard.
I also saw that
forget all your differences, let we start to build. And on what to
the hospitals in Tobago seem to be
now
at its full capacity.
Show discipline, tolerance,
And based on information that was released, it doesn't seem to be any strain, any new virus, or any particular virus, any particular virus. It just seemed that a lot of persons have been, coming in or entering the hospitals with different illnesses. And right now they are at their full capacity, so they are advising persons, if it is that it's not severe, so please kind of restrain or restrict yourself from going to the health centers for the next 48 hours. So I know a lot of persons were a bit concerned when the information was first released. But the authorities are saying, rest assured, it is not a new strain or one virus in particular.
We must show discipline.
So it could just be persons getting the normal common cold. Then there's the Sahara dust. Persons probably have asthma. Normal stuff.
That is the main foundation.
But it doesn't mean that we don't have to keep our eyes open. We definitely need to keep our eyes open.
Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
And just be careful, be mindful. But I hope that all our family and friends in Tobago, all our listeners, all our members, you guys keep safe. And I trust that in the coming days we will get back to some normalcy where the hospitals are concerned in Tobago, yeah?
Now is the time to come home and do something instead of staying out there and freezing. Because now
also today
we must show.
We say happy birthday and happy Earth Strong going out to the mighty Sparrow, celebrating his 90th birthday today. That is definitely a milestone.
That is the main foundation.
So from all of us here at the council and the Street 919 FM, we say happy birthday to the mighty Sparrow.
My sister, and let us build a nation together.
So yeah, this is our check-in hour. And those numbers again are 3420081, 4665391. And again, good afternoon going out to all our members streaming us live via YouTube, Facebook, and even our website at www.thestreet919fm.com. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Laoketa.
Good afternoon, Mr. Laoketa. Hope all is well.
Well, I am cool. I am under the elements with the Sahara dust is heavy concentrated here, but I have to lock up the whole place. In my area, that Sahara dust, I don't know if it's a plague or a curse upon this place I live in here, but it's very, very intense. Well, the sun coming in and we having a little intermittent shower, no big or lengthy rainfall. Right? So this is the situation with the elements here. Well, where is Hashim?
I know that he's on his way. He just hasn't arrived just yet.
Tell him I always keep saying anytime is not true, that time again. You know? I was in kitchen that days. Yeah. All right. In the news.
Mm-hmm.
I want you. up to now, up to this moment, the summit, CARICOM summit done. And I really would like, if you have a list there for my own enlightenment, if you could read out the prime ministers, even the prime minister, but the countries who were present, who represented at that meeting, up to now. Because I was surprised. I opened up YouTube checking yesterday. I saw that the Grenadian president and prime minister didn't go neither to the attend. And I think, I ain't sure what I think I would, because I'm not hearing news are passing. Like, I think the Suriname president and I think the Dominican prime minister. So if you have a list of my own enlightenment, or if anybody could call and tell me, the first time I really don't know who were the heads of the CARICOM meeting. To be honest with you.
All right. But based on yesterday when we did the research, it was just saying that the only head that wasn't in attendance was our prime minister. But I will take a look again, because there was talk that even the Guyanese prime minister wasn't there. But then when we did more research, we realized that he was there. He was present, Mr. Ali. And I know that I believe in 6 weeks' time they have a general election in Guyana. So, you know, I wish him all the best at the same time. But yeah, based on information so far, it seemed like it was just our prime minister that wasn't in attendance.
I don't think that is correct.
Yeah, well, I mean, we would definitely look again and check
even
it.
the media here, the local media, not saying. You only this our prime minister didn't go. They're not saying who, no way. In fact, there was no official or how they call it, a showing of the or live telecast of the proceedings. Normally they will do that. At least the opening ceremony and the closing ceremony, right? But I saw it my own two eyes. All as on my eyes are, I saw the Grenadian prime minister in an interview in Grenada. I don't know if he went to the opening, just the opening, then came back, and I do not know.
Right.
But up to now, nobody cannot. And I heard by the I was walking in the house and I heard something like apparently the Suriname president didn't go and the Dominican president didn't go. And Mr. Ali, the Guyanese president, is a high profile member, right? At the meeting, I didn't see nothing on him on YouTube. So I am not sure. And I know they have elections on the 1st of September, general election. But I do not know if you were here. So if you get a proper listing, my brother. If you have to call the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and find out for the public who will be Prime Minister at that meeting, at least of my enlightenment, I'll be happy.
All right, no problem. I will definitely look into that.
Okay, well, let me know what the topic and I will call back. Because I'm home today.
All right, Mr. Lockett. Well, thanks so much for checking in.
Yeah, nice show. Thanks.
Nice. So, good afternoon, Hashim.
Afternoon,
Mr. Lockett was actually he just asked you. And was reminding me to mention to you that Trinidad time, you know, also, you know the rest of the saying.
As Mr. Lockett says, the elements is fighting. The elements is fighting today.
Right,
so,
right.
And you and I deal with at least one more element that they don't have to, which is the metallic elements on the road now, and the spaces that they take up.
But everything is good though.
Everything is all right. Everything is all right on these ends.
So, you know, it was just a check-in hour, so I was just allowing those members to give them an opportunity to call in and check in with us. And I mentioned a while ago, you know, today is also the Mighty Sparrows Earth Strong. So, yeah, so celebrating his 90th birthday today.
Only 90?
Yeah.
I thought he was a little bit older, to be honest with you. But yeah, happy birthday to the king, the greatest to ever do it, you know. You can't knock it, whoever, and you know, whoever choose to claim him between Trinidad and Grenada, because Grenadians like to jump up and say he born there, right? But his career was here and he lived here, so we go claim him, right? But happy birthday to the Sparrow. For sure.
So I was just trying to do a little back check here again to see who were the persons that would have attended all the heads that would have attended the CARICOM summit. And I'm still seeing that based on the information that they have here, they're still just saying is our honorable Prime Minister.
I'm double checking for you.
Yeah, I'm not seeing.
Because I am looking at a report here that says that the PM for Dominica was not there, but I'm double checking to confirm. Right? And if so, I'm looking for reasons as well. Right.
Definitely something I'd like to get some more information. And if any members, if you guys have the information, and well, I mean, not hearsay, but we want to make sure and
I want
and
some
have
concrete,
evidence information as to who attended the 2025 CARICOM summit. I'm seeing that the most honorable Mr. Andrew, Dr. Andrew, that's the Prime Minister of Jamaica, was there, obviously. Mia Motley, the Honorable Mia Motley was there from Barbados.
President of Guyana was there.
Prime Minister of Belize was there. Prime Minister of Guyana, Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Prime Minister of Antigua and Bermuda, Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Prime Minister of Grenada, Prime Minister of Dominica, the same were there. Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago participated virtually. Sean Sobers represented her in person. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Prime Minister of Suriname, Suriname? Sorry?
Suriname?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Prime Minister
You said
of
Suriname?
Yeah, sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, Prime Minister of Haiti. If in attendance, discussions included Haiti. Prime Minister, well, yeah, obviously Prime Minister of Jamaica, blah blah blah. Yeah, so yeah, it's not saying that anybody else were absent, you know.
Okay.
And anyways, it was where all the heads definitely would have been together. They come together, just as the song is saying, to build the Caribbean
Together.
to build the nation together. And if you was absent, boy, oh boy. Now, you know back then, when you're absent and it's time to get your report card from school, and your parents see that report card
that you was absent,
that you were waiting,
and they know you wasn't absent on a
she was absent 3 times for the term. No.
I could never show up on my report card.
No.
That would never show up on Hashim report card unless Hashim was sick. Okay?
That problems.
Was not flying.
Problems.
My head would have rolled. Let that only show up in my report card.
So let's do a recap. So we said yesterday that we did part 1, right? And we were going to continue our conversation today as part 2.
Yep.
So let me do a recap of yesterday. What we were discussing yesterday is that as you guys know, the summit would have ended yesterday, and based on the summit, our Prime Minister was not in attendance. She sent 2 representatives on her behalf, which would have been our Foreign Affairs Minister, Mr. Sean Sobers, and also our Homeland Security Minister, the Minister Roger Alexander. Yeah, and persons would have had concerns in the aspect of stating that these two individuals are very green, they're very young, they now come out, they now enter into this position. Was it the right thing to send both of them to the head to have that to the summit, to the CARICOM summit, and some persons were obviously concerned as to the aspect of why our Prime Minister was not present, why she didn't make herself present, being that you know, this is her first, this would have been her first summit since becoming the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago for a second time. And, you know, persons was obviously concerned about that. Person said, what was the reason why she missed it? And based on what Mr. Sobers would have said is that, you know, she was dealing with serious matters in Trinidad, and, you know, and she couldn't leave Trinidad to go to the summit. Right. But persons would have also mentioned that, you know, what was so important? What was so important to Mrs. Summit? Because all we saw within those couple of days is the Monday night forum, which took place, and that was it. It was more or less of like a rally. You wear your party Colors. Jersey, and you go there, and she would have probably mentioned things that she have intentions of implementing. So persons was like, you know, why she couldn't do that another Monday? Why this particular Monday, you know? And then persons would have said that the reason why she didn't go is because she was tired. You know, she hosted Mr. Moody for about 2 days. You know, and person said that she was tired, so probably that's why she didn't go. So there was a lot of speculations. There are a lot of persons coming up with their own conclusion as to the reason why she wasn't present, you know. And some of our members would have definitely called in and give their views. Some said, you know, they don't see what is the big deal. She could have missed she could have missed that summit, that CARICOM summit. It don't make no sense. Some would have said it's just a bunch of persons just talking, more talk and no action. Another member would have mentioned that, you know, they don't discuss the things that are really crucial to the Caribbean. You know, they lost their side, they lost their gripping in the aspect of really using this forum for what it's supposed to be. You know, what they should utilize it for. So we had members that had a lot of different views as to the reason why she should have. Some would have said, you know, they really disappointed that she wasn't there. Some said, you know, it's okay. You know, she missed it, it's okay. And we even asked the question too, if it is that it's no longer important for us to be a part of it, then we need to hear that directly from the Honorable Prime Minister. The Honorable Prime Minister should come out and say, hey, it don't make any sense, and that's why I'm no longer interested in probably attending that. But then we said we said that based on what some of the members would have called in and saying, because to me, if it is that it wasn't making sense, then she wouldn't have sent anybody. She wouldn't have sent Mr. Sobers, and she wouldn't have sent Mr. Alexander. So definitely, I think that the Honorable Prime Minister knows the importance of us being a part of that CARICOM summit.
Yes.
Yeah. So
definitely do.
I'm not too sure. Let me take one. Hi. Good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and good afternoon to your listeners. I really have no challenge with the Prime Minister not attending it, because they can't make it to everything. But to send Roger, that is my challenge, because Roger does not have a wide vocabulary capacity to interact with different people, and to have him representing us internationally or regionally. I have serious challenges with that, right? And it's the same challenge I have with MPs being ministers. Now, yes, he has a long history and experience in the police service and whatnot, and we could only hope that it transitions into some benefit to the ministry that he runs. But to send Roger to represent us, better she did send Sturge, Sobers and Sturge. But I have some serious challenges with Roger being the person to represent us. I mean, we have seen him on the tape, unable to pronounce simple words, simple names correctly. And I'm really trying to knock nobody for what they lack. But we have to be fair to ourselves. and send persons who are capable and equipped in such a way, because if it's conversations that you're going to have, you have to send people who are capable of having fruitful conversations, not somebody who's still having challenges with words and forming sentences and these kind of things. We have to really be serious in this country, you know. But that is my take on this whole issue. As I say, I don't have no problem because you can't attend everything.
Right.
That's something they're going to have to miss. But we have to be careful with who we send out there to represent us. And I don't see Roger as a fit to represent us out there regionally or internationally at all. Especially when conversations are the whole nature or discussions is what is going to be taking place out there. You understand? So that is my 2 cents on this matter.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, member, for your contribution. Let me take hi, good afternoon. Hi, good afternoon, member. Are you there?
Yes, good afternoon, President General Tobago Village here. Good afternoon, Dr. Green, good afternoon, Dr. Anderson. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. And good afternoon, O God. And my existence, O God, too. Well, the representative of Trinidad and Tobago Villagers, President, is on the phone. And I really read the business that just now about Sister Prime Minister Kamala. Now, I hear you say she was there virtually, which put a little plus. But how much plus it is, I would like to ask, how authentic the piece of script there was to show that she was very relevant in the summit. And truly the virtual. That is an important piece, because at least as much as we may be talking, if she was there virtually for everybody and they satisfied, as long as they're satisfied, in my consciousness I will have to satisfy. So I believe that they just for that one piece of thing, at least you read and one thing I hear come out of it, and if it's that authentic, she was virtually there, and that is what I heard. So anybody is to question that or say anything, let me hear what you think about it. Thank you.
Thank you, President.
All right, okay. Thanks so much for your contribution, member.
And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation.
So yeah, as we mentioned, so that basically was what we touched on yesterday, and we said that we would definitely continue today. Let me take another one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon to you and Mr. Dream.
Afternoon, sir.
Yeah, I somewhat agree. I agree with Mr. Chris when he said that we must send the best people out there to represent this country. But when these people travel, they travel with professionals. They travel with the permanent secretary was there, Mr. Ralph Maraj, who was once a former Minister of External Affairs, as it were, at the time. You have other persons who was with officials. With them, they sit down, and while they sit down and they speak, they give them advice. They tell them what to do. And most of the things, the issues, the agenda, when they meet, because they met in a committee which dealt with crime, right? And security within the region. So he's advised, he's there. And most of the documents, the agenda is set before, and they prepared for it. So he's responding to it. And the fact remains is that he would have to issues on the agenda. And therefore, I don't see too much of a problem. And again, you need to give those people, you need to put them out there. You cannot do like the last regime, where one or two persons dominated the entire governance of this country. So you had a lot of people who were in the government, be it in sport, be it in planning. They were like non-entities. You can't run a government like that. If you look internationally and you look at best practice, and they have to grow. How they will grow if you don't expose them? You have to expose them. You can't cover them,
and they have the assistance of the experts and professionals. The fact that also the fact that she had virtually, and she spoke with the other attendees, that is prime ministers and whatnot. And what would happen, I read in the papers this morning, the documents would be sent back here and they would have to ratify it. So she would not be missing anything that was discussed at the conference. That is how they do it. So I don't understand. Everything is virtually. Trump and them politicians stay in America and have virtual NATO members in Europe just have meetings and they go virtually. You have just recently you had the BRICS, and who didn't attend? China and Russia didn't attend. What is the big thing? Why we should prolong this nonsense? That's it. I don't know why she didn't attend. And even I don't know. But the fact remain is that she said she could not have attended. She has urgent matters of state. I don't know. You don't know what is the urgent matter of state. She has to tell you everything that matters of state that she has to attend to. No. She tell you, I'm burning, I have a lot of work doing. They now took government. You have a budget to come up, to come in September. The economy is in a bad state. The country, you need to deal with all these things. Crime. You don't know if there was a national security threat or whatever it is. You don't know. But the fact remains is that I don't think she's a responsible person. She is. And if she says that she has urgent matters that she didn't describe and tell you, but in fact remain, the last prime minister to tell you, he know more than you know. There are things that he would know that you wouldn't know. That's the last prime minister who only used to tell all that, and only had no problem with that. People have to understand. If we don't understand what goes on and procedure and all these different things, we try to learn. I try to learn, and this is why I read and that kind of thing, right? So I have no problem with that. This is not the end of the world. This is not the end of the world. So this prolonging this thing with 3-4 days, she didn't go, and why she didn't go, no. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, member, for your contribution.
I can appreciate what he said with in his defense of Mr. Alexander, and he is correct. You will not see people grow in anything if you don't provide them or give them an opportunity to do so. So while we may be aware of Minister Alexander's shortcomings, I still say give him a chance and provide him opportunities to improve and evolve. Otherwise, he will only do what we expect of him and nothing more.
But as I say, I think the main concern there was that they believe that both are young, both are green. So probably they were probably, if she had probably sent him with someone that has a little more experience so that he could learn.
Well, apparently there were those there guiding him, so I think he was in safe hands. Well, regardless, the summit has come and gone, and while that was going on, our prime minister, as we said, held the rally, and something of note came of it that leads us into what we're going to be talking about today when we get back from the break. One of the key things that came from her rally was her talking or declaring that she wishes to raise the age limit when it comes to alcohol consumption as well as smoking and gambling in Trinidad and Tobago. As of now, for those of you who don't know, the legal age for drinking is 18. But Kamala Persad-Bissessar, the Prime Minister, wants to raise that drinking age to 21 for the age of alcohol usage, as well as the use of gambling and cannabis to potentially raise to the age of 25. Now, it's yet to be introduced. Parliament has yet to see it or pass, and so none of this is legal, right? None of this has been legally changed as yet, right? A lot of these proposals, y'all think are coming in actively and one time, but a lot of the things that they have been proposing or trying to implement have not officially passed yet. So people who are like waiting on the demerit system, people who are waiting for some other things that this new administration has proposed and is willing to implement. It's not happened officially yet. These are just all of the things on their agenda. But it did raise a question between your speakers of the House. Will raising the legal ages for both of these things improve their situation? Because according to the Prime Minister, she's trying to use this as an initiative to combat addiction amongst the younger community in the country. So the question that we're proposing this afternoon is, what will that change implement, and will it be a positive change? I personally would love to hear your opinions. We do have some bills to take at the top of this hour, so we will be doing that shortly. But of course, make sure you tune in the next hour, and for the rest of this afternoon, we will be talking about this. 342-0081, 466-5391. Those are the numbers to call. Big up to our YouTube. Make sure y'all share the live. Y'all got the numbers up really hard yesterday, so we appreciate it and thank you all for that. So we're definitely looking forward to reading your comments and hearing what you all have to say this afternoon. But we'll take this pause for cause. Anderson? Mm-hmm. And we'll be right back, so you guys don't go anywhere.
So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out.
And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus, the program that puts Jesus in his rightful place in our hearts and in our homes. Let's bring church home to you. Join us every Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. with your hosts, Kempes and Kevin. Be inspired, be blessed right here on the Street 91.9 FM.
Falling in love with Jesus.
Whoever said messy was a bad thing totally missed the point. Take that hit song everyone loves now. It probably started like this. Baby, calm down. That's why KFC is celebrating the messy moments with our Messy Cruncher and Messy Zinger sandwiches for only $34.95. Imagine a crunchy, golden brown, flavorful chicken sandwich sauced to perfection with our signature sweet, spicy, tangy sauces. Oh boy. So crunch into the deliciously messy moments today. Check socials for details. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Are you tired of scratching the surface? Do you want to understand the real forces shaping Trinidad and Tobago? From the delicate dance of our energy sector on the global stage, to the geopolitical shadows behind the crime affecting our streets, we dig deeper. The third umpire goes beyond the headlines. We connect the dots between local challenges and the international currents that truly impact your life, your wallet, your security. Join Stephen Matheson, Selvin Mitchell, and Ronaldo Rollux, 3 employment law and human resource management consulting professionals, as they unpack the complexities, analyze the power plays, and reveal the often hidden realities. Understand the game. Understand your role in it. The third umpire, critically analyzing Trinidad and Tobago's economic and political realities on how they affect your daily lives. Tune in Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. on the Street 919 FM. Don't just listen to the news. Understand it.
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifabamishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke.
And every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight,
I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Street 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in
every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight
for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Get hot this summer Oh no, we mean H-U-T, as in hot days mean hot deals with Pizza Hut. Get one large pizza plus single breadsticks for only $135, or go bigger with 2 large pizzas, family breadsticks, and cinnamon rolls for just $290. All your favorite pizzas with all the toppings you love all summer long. So head to the Hut and get your hot deals while this offer is super hot. Pizza Hut, now that's delivering.
When your corporate event needs more than just food, it needs an experience, a Michelin experience. From mouth-watering buffet spreads to beautiful packed takeaway boxes, the Michelin Experience Limited delivers more than just wheels. We deliver flavor. We deliver satisfaction. We deliver excellence straight to your boardroom. Whether it's a conference, board meeting, or a retirement function, go beyond basic. Go bold. Go Michelin Experience Limited. Call us now at 1-868-474-2250 or follow us on social media at Michelin Experience. Great food, exceptional service every time.
Get hot this summer. Oh no, we mean H-U-T, as in hot days mean hot deals with Pizza Hut. Get one large pizza plus single breadsticks for only $135, or go bigger with 2 large pizzas, family breadsticks, and cinnamon rolls for just $290. All your favorite pizzas with all the toppings you love all summer long. So head to the Hut and get your hot deals while this offer is super hot. Pizza Hut, now that's delivering.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Alloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast, heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on The Street 919 FM radio. Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book.
For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Men, women tired of the invasive, painful old methods of testing prostate and breasts?
The Institute of Health and Fitness Clinic and Wellness Center offers comprehensive and non-invasive diagnostic testing, which indicates the nature and extent of diseases and tests your nutritional levels. Our quick testing can identify early signs of problems by evaluating many of the bodily functions, such as male and female sexual function, gastrointestinal function, liver function, kidney function, thyroid function, heart and brain function, and also cancer testing. Results are comparable with other medical lab tests without the use of needles or embarrassing specimen cups, and is pain-free. We also offer all natural treatments. Visit us now at number 79 St. Vincent Street, Tunapuna, or call 492-7397 or 289-6363.
So line up, link up, creep up, rock and come in. It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Reggae Rock Sundays on the Shit 919 FM with yours truly, MC Duke and Selector Kochi on the ones and twos. So make it a date and don't be late. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. right here on the Shit 919 FM. Got 'em our way, King Selassie.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is now in session on the Street 919 FM. Your speakers of the House, Anderson and Hashim. Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
So once again, good afternoon, members. It's just about 5 minutes past the 1 o'clock, and I hope that you guys hear this noisy speaker, na boy. I hope that you guys had a good lunch, yeah. And let's dive straight into it immediately, right? So Monday night. Yeah, Monday night, we heard a significant announcement from our Honorable Prime Minister. Her government intends to increase the legal age for alcohol consumption and marijuana use. On the surface, this may seem a commendable move, a step in the right direction, placing much needed focus on the protection and development of our youths and young adults. But here's the pressing question. Will this really make a difference? Are we solving the problem or simply shifting the numbers on paper while the streets tell a different story? We already have laws in place. There are existing age restrictions, yet every day we see school-aged children smoking, drinking, and spiraling far beyond their years. So what is truly lacking? Is it the law, or is it the will and means to enforce it? We keep launching new initiatives, drafting fresh legislations, holding press conferences with bold headlines. But where is the consistent, visible enforcement? Where is the real deterrent? Let's be real, many of our young people are already engaged in these behaviors long before they reach the current legal age. So will simply adjusting that number upward create change? Or will it be ignored just like the last set of laws? And we open the phone lines for our members to give their contribution. What do you all think? Are we treating the symptom instead of root cause? And most importantly, what do you think is the real solution? Now, when I look more into this, even before this administration took office, I can't recall us having it wasn't really a issue so much to say, well, it was a burning issue. Yes, it is a concern.
Right.
Because we see our young persons
All
involved in drugs and drinking alcohol at a young age.
Yep.
But what was really at the front burner, what is at the front burner right now, literally for me, would be crime. Would definitely be crime. Now, the thing is that for me, I believe that we have so many laws, Hashim, in Trinidad and Tobago, but guess what? We are not enforcing it. And I think that as much as I commend the administration for what they are trying to do for our young people, we need to really enforce our laws. How many kids, how many children are in school smoking marijuana, smoking cigarette? How many parties it have that these promoters, these owners of these clubs, do they really check to see the age of some of them that are partying? What about carnival bands? What about all-inclusive bands I'm talking about in particular? Are they checking to see
prestiges?
So I don't think we really have a problem with young persons really abusing alcohol. Now, I'm not saying there are not persons out there that maybe do, but I don't see, there's no record, there's no, I don't think there's any research per se to say that the young people abusing alcohol at present.
Now, I won't publicly declare that, because I'm sure there's somebody out there studying this
that might say different.
That might say different. And
So
if you have the stats and if you have the numbers, please
bring it in.
Bring them in and educate us, because we are also here to learn. All right, not just display issues that we find pressing. Right, we're also here to learn from you all, the council. So I won't fully say that, but I will agree that I think the main crux of the issue is we are not enforcing the laws that we already have.
Correct.
Right? So, I mean, and here's the thing. Somebody was addressing this yesterday, and I had to agree with them. Enforcing something or trying to place stipulations, rules, and limitations on young people is literally inviting them to rebel. Young people are always testing their limits to see what they can get away with. It starts from when they a toddler. You have a 3-year-old.
Definitely.
Right? I'm sure he does give you a headache sometimes. Right? And God help you when he's 13, 14, 15, right? And really trying to test how big of a man he is. Right? Young people are always testing the limits. So you saying that they can't drink or smoke before a certain age legally, do you really think that is going to impress them or instill fear in them?
At present, they are not even...
And that's the thing.
They're
not even suffering any consequences for the legal limitations that are already in place.
They don't obey the laws that are in place at present. By increasing the age,
and more importantly, like you rightfully said, institutions set in place are not observing these things. If you look old enough to look like you should be outside in a bar, the most they're gonna do is pat your pockets at the door and tell you welcome, go in, pay your admission, pay your toll, come into the club, come into the fete, come into wherever it is you're going, where there is alcohol, where there is gambling, where there is drugs. Now, implement. And here's the thing, because a lot of people trying to compare, like, oh God, the Prime Minister want to be like America and yada yada, because America's legal drinking age is 21.
Right.
Okay, so their legal age is 21. But you know what they have? Actual restrictions and laws that they enforce to ensure that it's abided by. Right? If you go to I went to a IHOP in America once, and I had to show my ID before the waitress served me a beer, and I was 21. Right? I was 21 at the time. But if you don't look like you are of a certain age, they need to ask for your ID. Otherwise, they can't serve you alcohol. Right? Now, that's not to say that young people in America don't break this rule all the time. They make fake IDs in America all the time. But you know what has happened if you get catch with a fake ID? You get fined. Maybe even jail time. Right? They enforce the law.
And that is what we are not doing, enforcing the law. And you know how it looks too? Some would say it looks in such a way that we targeting the persons who may commit the crime, but we're not looking at the 1%, as they would call them here,
right?
Or the rich ones, the ones with the money, the ones that own the clubs, the ones that could buy how many bottles of liquors and hold an event wherever. We are not targeting them.
No.
Making sure that they follow the law, making sure that when they have an event, that they have things put in place to make sure that underage persons are not consuming alcohol, or underage persons are not partaking in things that they shouldn't be partaking in.
Yeah. And a lot of you might be out there like, why is the big deal? Some of us that start drinking and smoking from the time we such and such a age, whoever, which uncle, family member, friend, brethren introduced me to all of this when we was coming up. All of a sudden, the Prime Minister want to make a big deal of it. So because we did it, make it right.
Doesn't make it right.
Don't make it right. Just because I had my first drink at the age of 60, that don't make it right. It don't make it right. Right?
And this goes way beyond just having a drink and the restrictions for young persons and Hashim. Enforcing the law, for me, I am speaking in general, because there are a lot of laws that we don't enforce.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things persons will do, and when other persons say, you know, that's illegal, they'll be like,
what?
You sure?
You sure? Yeah.
Because they are not aware, because no one is enforcing these laws.
I wouldn't be surprised if these young people didn't know what the legal drinking age is, right? Because some of them start so early.
Yeah,
because it's so relaxed in whatever environment that they come up in, and it doesn't matter. Disenfranchised, well privileged, it don't matter. All these young people, some of them are indulging in the same activities when you boil it down at the end of the day.
But I want to point something out here. As much as we having this discussion, I honestly believe that some of these, like even our Honorable Prime Minister doing this, I believe is just more or less smoke screens. I believe that some of these things that we are going to hear in the next coming days, and even like this one, and in the next coming weeks, are smoke screens. But we have so much more serious things that we need to deal with, to be very honest. And one of it is definitely
the crime.
Definitely addressing crime, and relooking at some of our laws and enforcing laws where we need to.
And that's the thing.
Amending what we need to and enforcing the law.
That is it. And if you enforce the little things, like the legal drinking age, or the legal smoking, gambling age, don't you think it will be much easier to maintain the serious laws? Once you focus on the little things, and be like, hey, they don't play around when it comes to this, right? The police are always up and down everywhere looking for anybody who parks bad, right? Why we don't have the same commitment to ensuring that these young people not out there smoking and drinking? I'm sure there's a law enforcement somewhere passing some bar or passing some neighborhood block.
Listen, it's gonna be even, it's gonna even be harder now for persons to play a mark. Because you could be 18 or 19 and have a beard and looking.
That's the thing.
Older.
A lot of them young boys looking old.
Is it that all NLCB outlets are going to ask you to present an ID before you play a mark, or ask a quick pick?
And that's the thing. Should that not already be protocol?
It's not. It's not there. It's definitely not there. It's definitely not there.
And that's not concerning to anybody?
No. We will just talk and say let's implement this, or let's introduce this, but nobody's enforcing it.
So
as much as our Honorable Prime Minister putting this in place now, if there's nobody to enforce this,
what difference will it really make? It's just numbers going up.
And that is why, and I will say it again, I believe our Homeland Security Minister should have been here with the Commissioner of Police, trying to amend and enforce laws, instead of he on a trip.
Addressing people in Montego Bay.
Yeah. Wagwan, our jerk chicken. Right?
Stop.
Okay, I try a thing. You never know.
Anyways, lead the accents to me.
Well, give me it now. Give me.
Wagwan, my G. I look for like a aki and starfish, you see.
So we invite you guys, invite our members to be a part of today's discussion. Let's know what's on your mind. What are your views, on the age limit and so forth, based on Monday Night Forum, and where our Honorable Prime Minister would have stated that she's going to increase the age limit on the consumption of alcohol, also the use of marijuana and gambling. Right? So those numbers, let me give you those numbers and those rules before we start taking those calls, yeah?
Get interactive with us. Call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
Now remember that, this house is open to everyone. Right? And again, good afternoon going out to all our members on YouTube and our website, www.thestreet919fm.com. Now remember to like, share, and follow, and get those numbers going up for us. All right? Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, judge and jury.
Good afternoon, member. Good afternoon, Manu.
Before I say anything, long time when you're small, a little child, know every time that they're doing something wrong. You remember Stephen Milk and Sugar?
Yes.
Your mother ever tell you, before that, your mother ever tell you don't eat milk and sugar? No, before you get started, she ever tell that before? No. But when you see she hiding, right? Right. Everybody know when they're doing something wrong. A little baby and a little child know when they're doing something wrong. You go in, everybody know when they're doing something, I tell you. A little child crying in a room. You just go in the room and go by the baby, they hush. They know that there's something going on. So, and by the lottery book, man, I think they have that age business, but nobody looking for it. You come to play match, you study where age it is. I think there's that, and when they're advertising, they say 18, I think they say 18 years old and play responsible. Everybody know when they're doing something. Now talk is only talk. If you have nothing to say, you go find something to say. Now so much I think going on in the country that you talk about 18 years, enforce the law first the beginning of coming, you see things going wrong, enforce the law one time. What? Put the tie and the strap one time and call that judge. So this is, Trinidadian, everybody know when they're doing something wrong, let's do what we have to do it right. And stop calling about they ain't talking about and they ain't enforcing. The policeman, all you think he come in the play mark by the shiny and all and he's doing something wrong, and you know he's supposed to play this. I'm gonna tell you something, Ollie. We know when we're doing something wrong, and let's get it right by doing it right.
What did it call it? Wee. I think it's wee did it call it or something. Well, yeah, when you're playing it by the Chinese.
Wow.
And that is illegal, and they don't enforce it enough because there are a lot of places you could go by and play a wee. Yeah.
I learned something new today. I didn't know there was a wee.
The policeman knows he's doing something wrong and he's doing it right. Right.
Thank you.
Everybody knows they're doing something wrong. Gentlemen, have a nice evening.
Thank you.
You as well, member.
Thank you so much, member. Thank you for that. Yeah.
So much
such a wickedness.
So wait, there's a Timu playway.
Yeah.
Underneath the playway.
I think it does make more.
Really?
Yeah, there's pay out more. Yeah. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yes, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Member in blue.
Mm-hmm.
I salute you today. I salute you with your comments today. I salute you. Member in black.
Sir.
You just mischievous.
How is
with your comments?
You I know how mischievous, but go ahead. Okay.
Listen to me. When America sneeze, we just catch it cold. We don't want to hear nothing about America. We're not living in America. America don't think about steamed breadfruit and fried plantain, and they don't know about them thing. We're not living in America. They have their culture, we have ours. Right? Now, I believe that conversation, they come like a you know, gosh, like a cap out something now. A distraction. It come like a distraction to me. Because listen, we don't have an epidemic where young children drinking and doing all kind of stupidness. We don't have an epidemic with that. Right? As a matter of fact, I find when a child leaves school, he's an adult. Because they have to come out and look for it just like anybody else to survive. Right? So that is adult to me. But you see the ones in school, if the law could apply to them up to 18, okay, right, fine. But that 21-year-old drinking, you can't drink a beer. You feel like studying them with that stupidness. If my grandson come by me and he wants to drink a beer again, no. I find that stupid law. I looking at that right now as a distraction. And right now we don't have time for them things. Stop. Every time our government come in place, they're always finding things to attack poor people.
You see what I tell you? Smoke screens.
Why?
Yeah. Smoke screens.
Why? Every government doing that same thing. You're always sleeping and waking and coming up with fresh laws to antagonize poor people. And I feel this thing is just not a smoke screen, but a distraction. Yeah, only have a blessed evening.
Thank you so much, member.
That's grounds, man, you know. Yeah, that's grounds, man. That's grounds, man. And gosh, I'm not trying to say that they don't have no culture. I'm not trying to compare cultures, because they're the steal thing too, right? I'm just saying the laws that they have, right? They enforce. Even if they get broken, there's penalties and punishments for it. But it's not enforced here. That's not here alone, you know. It's a regional Caribbean issue, you know. Because, you know, further up the islands is the same thing.
Yeah, but
keep young people starting to drink and smoke.
But I will stay here because I know here for sure.
You hear?
We need to enforce.
Yeah,
we really need to enforce laws. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yes, again, President Trinidad and Tobago. Now, I gave a whole piece of lecture yesterday morning on that on another program of this station. But today now, I was listening to another station news earlier on today.
Right.
And I heard Barry Griffith. This is an important piece of conversation he put out because in respect, although he recognized the government have to do what they have to do, in some cases he don't mind the ways of the ages and so forth. But what he is stating is that the law already done registered already from he is 18 and all kind of thing, so that the law should you must fulfill the law as it is, which I will fulfill in my constitution. Fulfill the law. And if we're not doing that, and even so, we're more attacking the younger generation than we look at the people on top, all like the bars and all kind of places that encourage the even bringing the 15-year-old child. So he made a good contribution if anybody was to hear it. And I find that that is the way that we should go. Not look at too much of the, well, in some cases, that we could look at the 21, 25, but I will still say, where alcohol is concerned, I am 60 change, and I'm telling you the truth, young generation is too much like alcohol to that extent, you know. Beers and soda may drink, but punching and them thing and hard rum. Younger generation are too like that, you know. Younger generation more like the weed. Yeah, you get them, oh God, they go planted, they go looking for money too. One of the things that encouraging them to use it a lot is they're looking for money outside because it's a selling product. You know, so in all of the others and things who know the truth. All the younger they're not so much in wrong. Anytime we gather in and block something as a big umbrella and so forth, you quicker get Twitter socialize with the punching and the white talk and but ignoring them party, you don't really see them young people drinking plenty, young people drinking hard. You be have to face the facts. Really, yes. Cocaine, no. It's a percentage of people that smoking cocaine, not so much of them young children and things. We have to try to get, these are the things that we have to try to break out the society. Those foreign products that coming in and mashing up our thing. We the tired beat out the weed out of the bush and all kind of thing. We still go with coke. They say they legalize it and not legalize it but decriminalize it in some sort of way. Okay, we register that. Alcohol, that young people really ain't. I have a lot of young people around me and thing and they ain't too much like one at all. Every day after the beat you drinking up. You want to understand what I'm saying. Gary David said something this morning and he really put on a ground to say that them people and them who encouraging it, they're encouraging more, and the people who encouraging it like bars and all them people and them. Suppose all the white collar crime, the higher people crime. Why you interfere with them as much as every time you go you're looking to interfere with the younger people or the lower class of people? And this is something that we really have to look at very. So I wouldn't take no much more time again on that. Right. But as the serious matter of it, we have to look at it serious.
All right, thank you, member.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your contribution. And that's my thing there, Hashim. Just as what I said. You know, we looking to amend laws.
So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do the only way is put in more effort and less play. Because now more than ever we must show discipline, tolerance and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us go hand in hand because this.
Yeah, as I was saying. So when you look at it, right, it's like the persons who literally the younger persons who actually they put in these restrictions on, right? But yet the owners of these establishments, we need to definitely enforce the law to ensure that these persons are held accountable.
Of course.
Because they are in this, yes, they're making money, right?
And that's the thing, that they're just looking for their bottom line at the end of the day. If this law not being enforced, why do they have to go ahead and go out their way to ask security, let me see your ID, when that's turning away potential money? So they're not viewing it in that light, and it's not gonna become an issue until God forbid we have some unfortunate incident where a young person is caught in some terrible circumstance. I don't know. I don't want to give no scenarios. But all kind of things has been happening.
And we get it. We get the idea that, okay, that the administration wants to put something in place to help our young persons.
And I commend that.
But and nothing is wrong with that. I am literally welcoming it. But at the end of the day, we already have laws in place that we don't utilize. Are we not enforcing the law?
And I think if we can do that, everything else will fall into place. If you hold these establishments accountable, if they're caught with underage people in their establishments, there should be consequences, right? Not consequences for the young people whom it affects, but to the people who perpetuate and allow them illegally to be there.
But guys, dip it, dunk it, and win it this Saturday, 12th July, the 12th of July at KFC South Park. Come sample the new KFC tenders and step into the Java experience. From 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. unlock giveaways. And it's all happening at KFC this Saturday, 12th of July at South Park. And it's going to be hosted by Junior Lee, Shiny, with live DJ vibes in full effect. Chase the crunch and unlock a Java with KFC. Remember, you got to make sure and check out the KFC today, huh?
And those of you trying to imagine a career where every day you can help someone build a better future, Sagicor is not just hiring, but inviting you to join a team that empowers lives. As a financial advisor, you will guide clients towards their dreams and discover your own path to success. So if you're motivated, driven, and ready for something more, Sagicor wants to hear from you. Just call 774-4595. That's 774-4595, or email _Powell_Pollard@sagicor.com and take the first step today. From Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Hey, DJ Andy.
Hey, brother. Turn down the radio a little bit.
Yeah, come on. 1 second, I'll organize myself real quick. And Hashim the Dream.
What's up?
Listen, see you guys as usual. Trying for a little while to get in, but happy I finally get in. I will stick to the rules, keep it within 3 minutes. First and foremost, with the Prime Minister not attending the CARICOM forum, taking everything into consideration, I wouldn't hold it against the Prime Minister, not her as a person. It could be whoever, looking at it objectively. In the assessment, using my imagination, sometimes she might be in the mix of analyzing Trinidad and Tobago information to see how the country could regenerate and reach a certain standard. Sometimes, Dream, you might know, DJ and you might know too, everybody. Sometimes if you're in the midst of something, you don't want anything to distract you from that. In terms of the selection she would have made to represent the country, I don't have real objections. I go with the positives in terms of, fresh, new energy. That might be one step in her initiative to kind of pass the baton on to new persons for the longevity of the United National Congress and then the longevity of Trinidad. That's how I see it so far. The only thing I would say, it would be nice if the explanation in terms of why it didn't go, not just something vague like serious matters, if that is in fact the statement that was given, just a little more, but sometimes sensitive. You don't want to rile up the nation, because what I realize too, no matter what you do, sometimes you as a person, there will be people who always try to nitpick and create confusion. In terms of the age limits, one idea that comes to my mind, maybe you could offer cards to some young responsible persons, because not everybody who young irresponsible. So a card will access you at supermarkets, but then so that might cost, it will show how much bottles you buy in a period. But I mean, overall, holistically,
that card thing might be confusion, boy. That will end up just like the food cards.
Expense, but boy, I mean, we have seen she might be looking at the crime and the statistics and the age of persons. So not every youth is an irresponsible youth. A little more assessment, because I might go to school, I may be getting A+ grades, and I might be 19, 20, 21. I kind of have my business in order, and I don't want this to affect me. I might want to take a little drink when I go to the club to relax and enjoy my youth, you know? So it's something I need a little more thought. And blessings, fellas, keep up the great work, and, you know, we can't have things holding us back as a society, man, as a community. I see I reached 3 minutes and 16 seconds. This is real important. You know, people just want to regress here, hold back your potential, and we cannot allow that at all. Come on, that's not right.
All right,
fellas.
Thank you so much, member, for your contribution. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, member.
Good afternoon, member.
Right. Now, I, as a parent, would want the best for my children, whether it's a girl, whether it's a boy, because girls smoking weed more than boys now. They're smoking it more than boys. Now, when Kwasi Tambo went a few years ago, Emancipation Day, what he should ask for to help the youth of the country, not African youth, but the youth of the country, he asked for marijuana. He asked for marijuana. And the Prime Minister of this country, if he wanted to help the youth in a right direction, he would have said, no, that is illegal. He asked for marijuana for the youth. And Rowley said, 4 trees to 1 person. Right. Now, a neighbor like me, 4 trees to 1 person. 3 persons living in a house, like 12 trees. 5 persons living in a house, like 20 trees. So, if those 2 heads of Trinidad, big men, could have had the youth in this situation, Trinidad was not like this before. It had trouble, it had crime, it had things. The youth was not like this before. And one Rowley says was a father, and he as a father to Trinidad and Tobago, they should say, no, that is illegal. Right? All right. What is illegal is firecrackers. Firecrackers, killing the dogs, sending the dogs pressure high, giving them heart attack, the animal and the human. That is illegal. And they wouldn't do anything to do a restriction on that too. So who have the country like this? Rum shop always there. By the time I was a little girl, rum shop there. For Christmas, neighbors put in the rum, they were buying people rum and saying, well, we ain't that. We ain't that. So, you as a young fella have to know if to go in a rum shop. You have to know how much to drink. And if all you see in trouble, and sit-up workers say they see in trouble, where are you getting the money to go to over drinks to get drunk? Where? So, people have to watch those young fellas trying to help the country. And if all you have to watch how much drink all you will drink. Rum shop always there, and this wasn't like this. First they want to smoke the weed and destroy themselves, and drink the rum and destroy themselves. Because let me tell you something. In the countryside, I have neighbors to run in that. Me are doing nothing that is wrong. Anything wrong, I have nothing in it. And I hear little children saying, boy, my neighbor telling me, the neighbor lady coming to tell me, girl, if you don't know, the drama zone in weed now, because people teaching it. The neighbor telling me that because she children the plant. So she said, girl, before the thing gets good, the grammar zone in it. So if they want to take grammar zone, they want to take drugs and destroy themselves, that is them. Don't blame the shop owners. Blame Rowley and Kwasi Kwambo. I would have asked for a school for the children. I would have asked for marijuana. So the life would have been better. Thank you, boy.
All right. Thank you so much, member. Mom says she would ask her at school, yes. She want to ask her marijuana.
Okay.
So we invite you guys to be a part of the conversation. 3420081 4665391.
Now with the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so I'll speak on the two issues. The first one is on the Prime Minister. I'll just say, as it relates to her not attending, the only thing I would have said probably I would have had that issue is seeing that she was a newly elected Prime Minister. She probably missed out on an opportunity, probably, to meet everyone and just grace everyone with her presence as the newly elected Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. But again, if she had valid reason, and again, as one of the callers said, don't give us a vague excuse. I mean, she could come out and be a little more precise as to what was the reason. Other than that, because I heard some people saying this Prime Minister wasn't there, but those people were there already. They've been to other CARICOM meetings. This would have been her first as the elected Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. As it relates to the alcohol, and I think once it's accessible to the youths, it's not going to stop. Because let's say we having my 18th birthday, 19th birthday party. You have a wedding. Who is going to be controlling or monitoring somebody giving alcohol to a teenager? And if I want to have alcohol, just have somebody go and buy it for me. I mean, just because even where I travel in the States, bars close at 1 o'clock and people just move the parties from outside and they have house parties where the police is not there to monitor them. And that is what they do because they stop serving alcohol at certain times in Texas at 1 o'clock. So what they do is actually have house parties where they could carry the alcohol and they could have the alcohol the same way. So once it's accessible, I don't think it's gonna stop.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution, member. Let me take another one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yeah. You see the caller before Tanti? I like that caller too bad. You see, constructive criticism is what I just admire. I have a little disagreement with one or two things he say, but overall, that was a real good contribution.
Right.
Them is the kind of contribution I just like to hear. And listen, I remember at about 13 or 14 years, long time, you can't drink and thing. But to Christmas time, you just get a little dry. And I get drunk. I talk about drunk, I bubble down myself and thing.
Oh, gosh.
And just that feeling I get from getting drunk make me to know it's never to get drunk ever in life again. So drinking is not one of my things. Another thing too, I just have something here for Father's Day every year. All my children, my grandchildren, and everybody does come. I just buy whiskey, rum, I just have everything. And you know what I start to be going back outside to buy? Yes. They ain't drinking the rum, they ain't drinking the punching and them things. Just beers. You see? So what was the epidemic that you can have for them to come and bring out laws like this? And then again, all right. You have a child now in school, right? He's school with passes and all kind of things. Can't get a job. If he's a drink of beer because he's frustrated. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What they should do is put, like long time we had in school for catechism. They should have something dealing with drugs and drinking and things like that to educate the children about them things so that they could make an informed choice. But this kind of way where people always want to restrict people and you must do this or this against the law, that foolishness. Leave everybody come on the earth for a short space of time. Let people experience the spoils of the earth, be it be good or bad, so that they can make informed decision. You not supposed to make no decision for nobody. That is how I see it. Full stop.
Thank you so much, member, for your contribution. Yeah.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
So again, good afternoon going out to all our members on YouTube. Don't forget to share, like, and also to follow all our social platforms.
My member said he threw up the first time. Let him to know he's not a drinker. That is.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Okita. Right, one of the elements, which is rain. Rain just imploded on me and a heavy downpour. Right, as I'm speaking now, anyhow.
I can hear it.
There's plenty of rain right now. A hard shower. Yeah, heavy shower. Talking about this with this alcohol age or sanctioning age and all this thing. Now the Prime Minister is correct. She has a duty of care, right, to the people of this land. And she is following due process by whatever they call the Estonian model or the systems model of politics, that when you have controversial issues, right, you let it out in the public. So here, how people to react to it, right? Because that, as far as I know, that decision is cast in concrete enough. So the Honorable Prime Minister is conducting a due process in that exercise to get feedback from the society, and then they will then introduce a bill, debate in the Parliament upon lower chambers, and then it will come out as an act, which is what the systems model of politics or the David Eastern or the Estonian model of politics dictate. So it's just due process. So I don't know what you're saying about. I didn't hear that. It's cast in concrete that I didn't hear that. So if anybody hear it, I would like to know. But I, as a political analyst, I know that it is a scientific way to do these kind of things. You try to, what they call, you let it loose in the society for the pros and the cons. You listen and then you move on, right? And next thing I want people to know that the program Monday was no Monday night forum. It was a Monday night. It was a Monday night report, which was similar to what George Chambers did in the 84-85 period. In that is a way of reporting or accounting to the taxpayer. But Chambers didn't get through it because the people got fed up in the end and fell down as a Senate and Joseph, and that was the end of that. Right? So this is the kind of thing, right, that people must think and just jump and think. That's why I won't know what I know rum drinking politics. When I mean rum drinking, I talk about the program now. Right? Right? And the next thing I have to do, right? As a participant, because I think I'll be myself, as a participant observer, really a lot of young children, young ladies and young men drinking all over the night. And on top of that, the next thing maybe the government has to look at is how they clad themselves, what they wear. Imagine if you go to Remand now, you'll see some young ladies in particular dressed as if it's Juve morning. Right? So that's the next thing we have to watch it, because we really in decay, and if the government get the opportunity, we must praise them for dealing with the situation, for the advancement and the benefit of this situation. When I was a young man growing up in Arima here, I never saw young ladies dressing that kind of way. Not at all. Or school children holding hand and hugging up and walking the streets after school. I wasn't afforded that kind of opportunity at all in my time. I couldn't do that. And my mother do that. I get the sweetest cocktail.
Hey boy. All right, thank you so much,
Thank you
member.
very much,
I for instance, I don't have that same experience like Mr. Lockett.
Real quick before the experience, just to clarify, there was no implementation. It was just a declaration. Nothing is, like we said before, this is not set in stone. This is no new mandate that is coming, right? This is just something that Honorable Prime Minister said that they wish to implement. That is all. As for the, you see, back in them time, if you hold a girl hand, you're basically married, you know. I mean to make Mr. Lahakata see. Them. I ain't trying to show Mr. Lahakata age, but
you know my chana, you know my chana I hold. Yeah, you know my chana I hold.
Oh, scandalous.
No, I mean I hold hand.
Scandalous. I can't take you home to mom's.
No, for us to be able to cross the road.
I can't tell you, hey, mom's, my sister want to date Anderson. He just hold real girl hand in her.
That was back then. That was back then, you know.
The things that you had to go to the fence, you know, and talk to the father in court, you know, and say, I wish to court your daughter. Right?
But as I mentioned though, you know, I am in full support of the government trying to implement stuff to help to point our youths in the right direction. But what we are still missing is the enforcers. Who is enforcing the laws? Who are enforcing the laws so that we and Trinidad and Tobago could be a better country? And that is why I call it a smokescreen, a distraction, because look at our crime. Look at where it is. Look how out of hand things are. And it's not only older persons, same young persons as well are involved in crime. What are we doing to enforce the law when coming to these things, to ensure that our people literally wake up, and those criminals would get the message that, you know, that the government and the different protective services are taking a zero tolerance to crime. When are we going to literally see that? When are we really going to enforce those laws? There are, as I say, there are so many laws. There are laws that are, like, we don't use it, but yet it's going to be amended. Yet it's being adjusted. Why?
If it's not going to be implemented in the first place, let's try implementing it first before we see if it needs any amendments.
Implementing, enforcing it.
Enforcing it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enforce.
We need to enforce the laws.
And then say if it's not working, we're going to do this.
And that is the issue that we have in. So we're gonna pay some bills, and then we're gonna come back in the next hour as we continue here on the Street Council. So you guys keep it locked to the Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Attention business owners. Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959 or 384-2232.
Fire Mood Fridays on the Street 919 FM with yours truly, MC Duke and Selector Kochi. All genres of music from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come in. Fire Mood Fridays. Club 919 FM. You don't know.
Whoa. It's in the feeling in our weak side. It's in the meaning in our spot. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are, 'cause the rhythm of life keeps pumping. Together going strong, no matter what, we keep things flowing. Before we will go all in, our hands up in the sky, celebrating. Come let your rhythm flow.
Come shop at the biggest African market in the Caribbean with its African-inspired art, craft, jewelry, clothing, books, delicious food. We're at the Queen's Park Savannah, transformed into the Lidjasu Omuale Emancipation Village for the 2025 Pan-African Festival TT, commemorating emancipation, July 25th to August 1st. Also, enjoy jazz, pan, calypso, reggae, dance, drumming, bois, art exhibits, and for the children, the African Heritage Camp and workshops. The village opens 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Free admission before 3 p.m. Just $40 after. Kids under 12, free all day. Bring your family, your friends, your vibes, and let's celebrate the 187th anniversary of emancipation, our heritage and future together. The Emancipation Support Committee, shaping sustainable futures through reparatory justice.
When your corporate event needs more than just food, it needs an experience, a Michelin experience. From mouth-watering buffet spreads to beautiful packed takeaway boxes, the Michelin Experience Limited delivers more than just wheels. We deliver flavor. We deliver satisfaction. We deliver excellence straight to your boardroom. Whether it's a conference, board meeting, or a retirement function, go beyond basic. Go bold. Go Michelin Experience Limited. Call us now at 1-868-474-2250 or follow us on social media at Michelin Experience. Great food, exceptional service every time.
Whoever said messy was a bad thing totally missed the point. Take that hit song everyone loves now. It probably started like this. Baby, calm down. That's why KFC is celebrating the messy moments with our Messy Cruncher and Messy Zinger sandwiches for only $34.95. Imagine a crunchy, golden brown, flavorful chicken sandwich sauced to perfection with our signature sweet, spicy, tangy sauces. Oh boy. So crunch into the deliciously messy moments today. Check socials for details. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifabamishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke. And
every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight,
I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Street 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in
every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight
for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Hi, I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia.
Please join us on the Final Hour broadcast every Thursday at 9 a.m. on the Street 919 FM radio.
Every week we will journey into the amazing Word of God. So please join us.
See you then.
Young people of our nation, ignite your wellness journey with Nature's Touch Youth Health Caravan with Princess Omega and Associates. Prevent ill health today and reap the benefit of good health tomorrow. Join us every second and fourth Saturday of each month at 9:25 a.m. to 9:55 a.m., where we bring to you innovative health solutions. Invest in yourself today by ensuring that you're enjoying optimum health. We are located at number 3, 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. For further information, please call or WhatsApp us at 868-310-8671 or 364-4464. Remember, at Nature's Touch, your health is our priority.
Hi there,
I'm Lester Sublal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
Tune in to The Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 to 186 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna, for the program Health and Healing, merging the old with the new, with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on The Street 919 FM.
Join the winning team with Pastor Alkaline John
every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to 12 noon, and every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m.
live on The Street 919 FM as he talks about Lviv, the power of 5 fruits, one of the most powerful antioxidant supplements on the market today. The 5 superfruits in Lviv are mangosteen, acai, pomegranate, goji, and nuni. These fruits have a positive and profound impact on human health performance and disease. Join him as he gives live testimonials of the Lviv healing powers. To get more information, you can contact Pastor Alkaline John at 516-286-7079, or you can visit his webpage at www.alkalinejohn.com. Remember,
every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to 12 noon, and every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m.
live on The Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
All rise, all rise. The Street Council is now in session on the Street 919 FM. Your speakers of the House, Anderson and Hashim.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget spites and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now...
So just about 5 minutes past the hour of 2 o'clock. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon to all our members. The Street Council, we are in session. If you have just joined us, good afternoon going out to you guys. All our members on YouTube and Facebook, good afternoon. Now if you haven't had lunch just yet, don't forget, you guys gotta make sure and you guys could grab a bite at KFC. This Java shares the adventures with KFC. We're bringing the heat with 3 epic stops across Trinidad and Tobago. So from July 12, you guys could come to South Park KFC, July 25th KFC Independence Square, and August 16th KFC Scarborough, Tobago. And this Saturday, South Park is where the adventure begins. Chase the crunch with the KFC from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Join your favorite hosts, Junior Lee, Shiny, and Whitney, and unlock the full Java experience. Step into the 360 bucket, explore our augmented reality world, and win Java chilled kits, exclusive merch, and a free KFC. Come sample the all-new KFC tenders. Dip, dunk, drip to win. live DJ and entertainment, and finger-licking fun. Java unlocked, adventure activated only at KFC.
And to our Tobago Massive, make sure you get ready for a mid-year miracle as TechFlex TT celebrates Christmas in July sale. Forget the heat, because the deals are ice cold. They are talking computers discounted by up to $500 all month long. In need of a gaming powerhouse? Score a gaming laptop at $2,000 off, or maybe a custom-built gaming desktop for just $6,500. But there is more. Tablets just starting at $399, desktop towers for only $999, or get a complete desktop combo starting from an unbelievable price of $24.99. TechFlex TT's Tobago #1 computer store is bringing you all the Christmas savings right now. Find them on Wilson Road, Scarborough, next to Royal Castle, or give them a call at 235-4919. That's 235-4919. Merry Christmas in July.
And also for the ones that are looking for a job in the financial field, you guys could definitely check out Surgical. Have you ever imagined a career where every day you help someone build a better future? At Surgical, we are not just hiring, we are inviting you to join a team that empower lives. As a financial advisor, you will guide clients towards their dreams and discover your own path to success. If you're really motivated, driven, and ready for something more, Surgical wants to hear from you. So all you got to do is call us 774-4595 or email _Powell_Pollard@surgical.com. and take the first step today. Surgical, wise financial thinking for life.
Who going to live in a foreign land? Now is the time to come home and do something.
Also Tobago, you guys got to make sure and get ready to elevate your summer. You've seen it, you've heard it and about it. And now it's your chance to roll like a king or queen with Magnum. That's right, Magnum Tonic Wine is bringing you the ultimate experience. Imagine an all-expense paid trip for the ultimate dancehall experience in Jamaica. We take in festival, street dance, the full authentic vibe. But that's not all. Magnum is also giving away incredible weekly prizes. We take in cash, phone cards, gas, and also grocery vouchers, movie tickets, and even free Magnum. All of this just for enjoying your favorite Magnum Tonic Wine. So how do you get in on this amazing action? It's super simple. Just buy 3 bottles of Magnum Tonic Wine. Look for the special promotion on the bottle. Scan the QR code and you could be one of our next lucky winners. Remember, the incredible promotion runs from June 1st all the way to July 6th, 2025, which that date would have already passed.
I mean, you gotta get your entries in.
So don't miss out on your chance to roll like a king or queen. Grab your Magnum today and find Magnum Tonic Wine at your favorite shops and stores across Trinidad and Tobago. And remember, you must be 18 years or older to drink. Yes, 18 years or older. There has been no amendment just yet. So you guys just remember to drink responsible. Promotion is approved by NLCB. That's Magnum Tonic Wine, the taste that helps you roll like royalty. And for more information, make sure and visit Magnum. Magnum HUD.TV for exclusive content. We repeat, definitely got to make sure and check out the website for all the exclusive content. Alright? The Street Council. Your speakers of the house are Hashim and Anderson. We are here taking you guys through to 4 p.m. this afternoon. You guys know we have those commitments as well, so we have to make sure and pay those bills.
Yep.
But as we were discussing earlier, and we invite you guys to also be a part of today's conversation, be a part of today's discussion. The legal age for the consumption of alcohol and also for consuming of marijuana and also gambling.
So is the gambling age? So they're all the same age number currently, right? Because I know we were mostly focusing on the drinking in the last hour, but the gambling age is also 18.
Yeah.
All right, so moving that gambling age up to 25 years. Okay.
So gambling, drinking, smoking. Well, as they say, smoking marijuana. So they didn't really gonna
hinder them from smoking
cigarette. But basically, I think you must be 18 years and over to
I think that's the international standard for cigarettes.
Yeah. Cigarette is a funny thing, eh? In the aspect of if you watch the boxes of cigarettes, they will show you some of the most.
No, they literally show you. I mean, cigarettes will literally be like, hey, smoking this product will
damage your
lungs, and show you a picture of a dirty lung and how it will smoke.
Hey, but yet people just buy the boxes and just.
And if you smoke cigarettes, go ahead. I'm
not gonna stop.
We not judging you over here. We just stating that these cigarette companies, they know what they're doing.
We listen, but we don't judge. Yeah,
and that's all. That's all. We should really take that gavel out of our sound effects because it sounds like we're judging for real.
But if that is you, I mean, you're doing you, right? But the thing is that as I said, it's not so much of what the administration wants to do. For me, is what they're not doing in the aspect of enforcing the laws. You see, I'm not gonna put all blame on this administration.
You can't,
because
in this particular instance.
Yeah, this is not so much. It's not just. This is something that they met there. This has been something that has been happening for years upon years,
decades.
upon years, upon years.
Prime ministers have come, administrations have come, and administrations have gone. This has been like some of this. We even have laws that would have probably been approved since we were under British laws. Wow.
And
we had trains back then.
Yeah, and even some of those laws are not enforced. As much as the penalties behind it might be petty,
right?
It may not be, a huge amount of money wise, or the penalty in general may not be any long stay in prison or whatever. But as simple as it is, it has not been enforced.
Well, as I do the only way.
And if we continue to go on like this, where we just going to just amend things or try to implement and try to restrict persons from committing illegal actions, or at least trying to make sure that they don't take part in certain things until they reach a particular age where one would say they should be more responsible and be able to be more accountable for their action, be held accountable for their actions. We're doing all of this, but yet we're not enforcing certain laws. It's like, we're spinning top in mud.
Yeah. And here's my thing. You want to raise the age limit, but the 42-year-old man getting drunk and he rumps up on the corner, that's not affecting him. And how he has never been able to handle his liquor for the past 20 years. Every time, once he passes Tree Mackerson, that is it for him. But we gonna just leave him be like, how he does get when he does get them thing in his system and thing. Right, so we're just gonna not judge him, but scrutinize the young people, because why? because that's just the generation that seems to be messing up things all the time. When we were young, well, we still young, but when we were younger, they watched us the same way too. Thought we were gonna throw our lives away, drinking and smoking and doing all of that. I ain't reached jail yet. As far as I know, Anderson has not reached jail yet. I think we turned out okay.
Jail is not for me.
Right.
Jail is definitely
not for me. Not for me either. It don't fit me. You know, I too big for jail. Right? Physical size wise, I can't function. I wouldn't function in there. Right? And I like food. I like food outside. I like doubles. They have no doubles in prison. So my point being that it is not the young people are just the latest generation to earn the ire of those in charge. Right? It comes it is a what's the word I'm looking for? A cyclical thing. It comes in a cycle. You know, and we're right now we're just on the hand of the clock where it is, all right, we have to watch the young people now. Look what they're doing. Right? When we turn the clock again, it's gonna be something about the reckless driving. When we turn it again, it's gonna be something about negligent parents. When we turn it again, it's gonna be lazy law enforcement. It's always something, right? And so this is what we have chosen to focus on, as if it is a serious problem and a hindrance to society, when the real crux of the issue is the enforcement of the laws that we already have. And if we can do that, that alone will improve whatever concerns you may have about young people or anybody violating these rules. Establishments, carnival bands, fet promoters, you know, I pray I never have to hear about a 19-year-old child tragically losing his life on the way home drunk from a fet. I'm sure it's already happened before, right?
It has.
But we immediately pointed it to young people drinking, as opposed to why was he allowed to go into an establishment that young and drink? And okay, 19 was the wrong age to use, but suppose it was an underage person, right? Is them to blame, or the establishment that allowed them to be there?
You could imagine how much youths who celebrated their birthday on Monday saying, boy, I could finally lime. I could finally take a
Monday specifically, July 7th specifically. You still on this birthday thing, huh? Anyway.
And then to hear that Monday night, it's like, boy. But guess what? It's not implemented. It was just something that our honorable Prime Minister said that the government would be looking at.
Yeah, again, this is not no new official law.
Yeah, it's not no official law.
Everything. Sometimes all you just jump the gun so bad. Sometimes it's like everything a leader says, you're like, oh God, she just do this, she just do. Calm down, dial it back. She said she would like to implement this. All right, nothing is set in stone. It is not even past Parliament yet.
Correct.
All right.
So you know, we invite you guys to be a part of the discussion, and those numbers again, 3420081 and 466-5391, and basically asking, do you believe that the age increase will actually help with this supposed the youths are apparently, you know, indulging in illegal activities or
let me ask you
abusing
something.
alcohol.
Let me ask you something. Did the age limit ever hinder you from partaking in such activities?
No comments. Are we treating the symptoms instead of the root cause? And most importantly, what do you think is the real solution? And my thing is that we have laws, we have hard laws. Why aren't we not enforcing it? Yeah?
Someone said, hi, good day. So just ban them completely. Ban who exactly? The the youths from going into the club. You have to be more specific with this comment.
So let me give you those rules again.
Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
Afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
Afternoon. Interesting topic. And you was quite right just now when you said the Anderson it is?
Yes.
Yes, right. You was quite right when you mentioned the last part of your contribution there. And I would look at it like this. There are young drivers linemen on the road today. And I'm telling you because I see all over the country. I was once, when I was 14 years back, right, was a young driver, but I was driving from the age of 15. I was driving truck. I learned to drive on a Bedford.
Right.
And there's a lot of experience to go with that. There are young people who get licensed today, right? Well, that are led some by it, or whatever the case is, but they don't have any experience. Raising the age limit to 21 might be a good thing for young drivers who are consuming alcohol, because when they get intoxicated, they have no experience to go with that. You understand? And a while back, I had mentioned that when you get licensed, right, other programs, when you get a license, there's a whole conversation about that. When you get licensed, right, you cannot get insurance until you reach a certain age.
Correct.
Right, and then you can go and get a license, insurance, because they're telling you have no experience. My recommendation for that was this. When a person gets his license, you could only drive on your own after driving with a license, although you have your license, with a licensed driver on the left side of you to drive with you for you to get that actual experience. Now, there are insurances who give you insurance the minute you get a license. Obviously, the cost will be a little more, but they do it. Very few insurances, right? But what I'm saying is, experience have a lot to do with when you're drinking. A person who is accustomed to driving, if you get intoxicated, I don't know how you do it, because a couple of times in my life I drive when I was drunk, I even know how to drive. But all I know, the car pack up perfect in the garage, and I was like, how I get here? You understand? Well, I don't be God or something.
Listen, remember?
Don't give your name, man. Don't give your name.
Don't give your name. Yeah. You're coaxing memories out of Mr. Anderson.
Not me at all.
But a level of experience has to go with that.
Right.
Like what I'm saying. Young people who do not have that experience, and they get intoxicated. And I'll tell you one more thing. I deal with a lot of people who deal with drugs and these things, right? I try to rehabilitate them. But I would tell you see, drugs and alcohol,
right?
You mix it all. I've seen some people smoke and they drink that thing they call Poncion. And they do some of the most weirdest thing you could ever think about. When I tell you, a man looking at stone and calling stone baby, all kind of thing. I'm telling you, ridiculous. And he said, why not me again? Because if we do it, we say, we should not me again. I will never drink and smoke at the same time.
Oh my God.
Don't tell me your video.
All right, thanks so much for your contribution.
But anyway, it might be a good thing. It might be a good thing. And as Anderson said just now, that they're looking at it. And I will tell you something. Before this present Prime Minister, I know from experience, before she introduced anything, you see, she's already talking about budget consultation. She's begging people, anybody, you could be PNM, UNC, whatever, come to the consultation and give your contribution. When they finish, they will analyze it and then present it to the budget. Like, they have the lawyers work on things and they will try to put things in place. Right. And I think that is a good thing. You understand? Right. So we look and see what's going on.
All right. Thank you so much, member, for your contribution. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
You understand? So we look and see what's going on. All right.
Good afternoon. Turn on your radio, please.
Yeah, Tiketo.
Right.
Yeah, I hear understand with the enforcement of the laws. I hear, but listen, we in 2025, remember that. We're in 2025. These enforcement laws you're talking about come in 18 way or we're in 2025. The way all the population used to think before, the population ain't thinking so now. Instead of talking about enforcing the law, you should be looking at solution. Solution is the key. Enforcing the law come like you're out in a fire with fire.
No, remember,
Don't make sense.
when I say enforce the law, right?
Solution.
When I say enforce the law, right? I want you to answer. I'm not only talking about this alcohol thing. I'm talking about in general. I mean, because I looking at this as because this thing about trying to increase the age, obviously it will be considered a crime if someone goes and consume alcohol and they are not the age, right? It will be considered a crime. But there's so much crime happening around us, and there are laws that we are not enforcing. That is why the population is so careless. We out of control.
Understand.
You understand? So I'm speaking in general. You know, we should really be looking to focus on enforcing the law, because by telling a man, well, I'll increase the age limit, so that it don't make any, to me it's not making much sense, because much younger persons are already involved in these things. So what we need to do is enforce the laws that we have. Yeah?
I want to apologize because I was thinking that it was on just the topic alone.
No. Yeah, and I said it within the program already, that I'm speaking in general, enforcing the laws. There's so many laws and we're not enforcing it. Yeah?
Oh, I missed it. But as I said before, anytime you try to bring in obstacles to a young person, they tend to want to know why you're bringing it, so they get more inquisitive and will do exactly what you don't want them to do.
Correct.
You see? If you ever play Dolly House in growing up? You know about Dolly House?
Well, yes, I played with my cousin and them. Yeah.
You know why Dolly House start? Because I think we parents used to be hiding, that we find out by mocking them and playing Dolly House. So when you come out and you don't experience already. You see?
All right,
let me leave you. Let me
Thanks, yeah. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Dolly House to that extent, yeah?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, member.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, I will call it smoke and mirrors. You and Real Party, how you explain that for the to that, brethren? These people have to understand, is more youth going to get charged with such, because they can't really control you or stop them. You could see it from in school. I don't know how they're making out what they're looking at. But at the same, youth them need to be checked and balanced from a certain age within all the alcohol and drugs and movements, and because they can't stop the movements of the people. You understand? And the youth, they can't stop the youth from doing nothing. Them kids come out the bus and they all come out to the bus. If you could over what I'm saying, use a youth.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It's a serious matter.
Yeah, definitely.
So we have to wish them all the best on that endeavor. You understand?
All right. Thanks so much.
They have 5 years to play with, and they better make a good use of it.
Make the best use of it. All right. Thank you so much, member. Thanks. Yeah. So what the member saying?
I a youth man coming out the bus.
I come out here to bus. I want to score. You know. Hi. Good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Well, it's the thing, man. If the women and young girls of the country utilize their power in the right way, we will stop having most of the problems here. Let's look at it.
I'm not going to tell you, break it down, but I think I know the road that you're going in, and I feel before you even give that, I could put you in front of the class before you even give that, because I know where you're coming with. I know where you're coming with. I know where you're coming with.
All right, because
I don't even have to censor them. Hear what I'm doing?
No,
I'm moving from the board because I'm sure I'm not going to get sent home, because I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, member.
To impress young ladies, the young boy and them will smoke because they advertise as social experimentation, these things and make it, what it's called media socialization. So to be somebody, you're smoking. Women didn't start smoking until they put it as a media socialization and give it that women who smoke are socialite with the long white gloves and the long cigarette. Take your mind back. And this is the same thing to do. You know, certain alcoholic beverages are men's beer. So we want young boy, if you want to feel like a big man, for a young lady, he carrying, he drinking beer. You understand? They need to get to impress to buy things for the young ladies. So they get into crime, unfortunately, because a young boy can't compete with a big man for a young girl because he ain't have the amount of money. So you have to do things to get there. But if the young ladies put down their foot and say, listen, me don't want no bandit. I don't want nobody that smokes. I don't want this and that. You know what, man? All the guys have to fall in line. Because if what you are doing does not attract anymore, then it is no purpose. So until the woman gains their position and know the power that they have of influence, things wouldn't change. But you know what, man? They want a bad boy because they could boast and say, you know, my man bad. And let us tell me nothing. That's a bad man. You see where I'm going?
Definitely,
so
definitely.
But we have to give education. Education. And don't just educate the boys. For years, we have been telling boys how to be. But we don't tell girls how to be. And when we start telling the young ladies how to be, the guys will follow who it is in the front and who gave it to eat. You understand?
Definitely, member. Definitely, I understand.
Just a big gods for the woman. So let the women understand their power and use it for good instead of using it for the wrong things, so that we could advance together and in a positive manner. You all have a nice day.
Thank you so much for your contribution, member. Thank you so much.
You know exactly where he was going.
I tell you, because that is something that has been happening over and over, and he's right. Because women that tell their daughters, and I've heard it for myself, know the power that you have.
That is true.
So they display the power with their pawpaw, as Mr. One Time would call it.
The pawpaw.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. One Time, if you're listening, right? They will play with the power that they have with their pawpaw, and they are going out there and saying they want a bad boy.
Yeah.
They want a rude boy.
Yeah.
Now, a youth man now cannot go and give a girl buy a girl a Malta.
No, you mad?
She was smooth. But she was rude.
A rude boy.
You understand?
A Caribbean. When you take her somewhere fancy, you know what she want? Mimosa. Margarita.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And she want to see the fella who puffing. You know? He's taking a smoke or vape.
Yeah. Oh, God. You see that thing called vape? And some of my bedroom them go kill me, but vaping is so lame. Vaping is so lame. It's like you want to. It's like you feel you're too cool for cigarettes, but you're too broke for weed. It's like a thin line in between, and it's like it just looks bad. It just looks bad. It just
now
looks bad.
at the end of the day, you as an individual, whether you're a young boy, a young girl, male, female, however you want to identify yourself, nobody's in control of you. You have to be able to make those decisions on your own, and you have to decide your future and which direction you want to go. Now, yes, there's a lot of things called out there that is peer pressure and you name it. But at the end of the day, you have to be held accountable and be responsible for your actions. So if it is that you want to go out there and consume alcohol, you have to know your limits.
Yep.
Right? And sometimes too, you hear the stories. Sometimes too, you may even have friends or family members who abuse alcohol. You have to...
And you see that, and it has young people who
Correct.
stay away from that because of those experiences.
Correct. So as much as there are those things out there, and again, I do understand where our government head is and the direction they want to go, but we have laws that are not being enforced. And if it is we don't start to enforce those laws, then this problem we are having, this thing we call crime, is never going to decrease.
Yeah.
I can't say it's never going to happen completely, you know, because we cannot control persons where committing domestic crimes and so forth. But things that we could try to curb, things that we could try to at least get a hand on, we are not.
Yeah.
We need to enforce the laws. And we have to start off with our National Security Department. We need to flush out. We need a proper flush out of the Ministry of National Security, because there's a lot of bad elements inside there. Whether or not we want to believe it or not, they are. And we need to flush out the bad elements. And we need our Commissioner of Police to come up with initiatives so that they could build back or regain that trust that is missing.
Because the trust is more than anything is what is really causing a lot of the problems here. If the what was it, the town hall where nobody showed up,
imagine that.
Nobody has even an inkling of trust for a white vehicle with blue lettering and blue lights.
Now our hypothetical police service, right?
Or the one we was building.
Yeah, the one that we were building with Ian Allen being a part of it. Ian Allen said something the other night where I was passing, actually, let me not even mention, but anyways, where I was, it was being played, and someone said, and in it he was saying that how, you know why he does be able to solve problems is because the people trust him. And there are a lot of warrants out for persons right now, and the police they could never find the person. They could never find these individuals, but yet Ian Allen is finding these individuals. Why?
Because the people trust him.
And why it is that we don't trust the police service?
So we trust a person that literally took the initiative and built a show from scratch, and his show literally runs on trust, you know. When you really break it down at the end of the day, Ian Allen is still an average citizen like the rest of us, you know. He just has a massive platform, which he built off of saying, hey, I'm going to find this out for you, and we are going to solve this problem together.
Imagine, listen, right? Imagine, Hashim, people committing crime, and instead they contact or they go to the police and give up themselves. They prefer to contact Ian Allen, and they prefer to confine in Ian Allen and confess to Ian Allen of crimes that they commit. Somebody who could only make a citizen's arrest.
Yeah.
Someone who cannot enforce the law is the person that these individuals would literally be able to confine
over people who trained and are licensed to supposedly enforce the law.
Right.
Does that not speak volumes? Right? And this is not to fight down Ian for those of you who are reading this wrong. We praise him and what he's doing. And you don't have to like him. I don't watch his show personally, but I cannot deny the impact he has on this country. and the work that he does.
That is another thing too. We cannot, as much as you may not like someone, you cannot take away what they bring to the table.
You can't.
And give them credit where credit is due. And if it again, you may not like the Prime Minister, you may not like the Homeland Security Minister, you may not like the Utilities Minister, but let me tell you something. Respect the office that these persons hold.
Thank you.
These things was not put there, as one of the callers, one of our members would have mentioned, Dolly House. This wasn't created as a Dolly House. Remember that these things, these decisions, these things that these offices are responsible for, it affects all of us, our livelihood.
Thank you.
So when you laugh that your neighbor who work in CPEP home, and you laugh on your skin, and you're happy and you're rejoicing for it, what a meteor pass here.
And I want you to keep that same energy when it comes back around to you. When you walk in and find said neighbor home because he have nothing to do to keep his hands working, you find that same unemployed CPAP member in bed with your wife.
The views expressed. The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Right now,
but suppose that same neighbor break into your house.
Right now, I saw this is a little off topic, but I saw that they hold a prominent attorney for something similar. Going down a kind of road, you know.
But you understand what I'm trying to say,
right?
Yeah. We come across a little harsh sometimes, and we had to cover our bases. But somehow you need to hear harsh truth sometimes.
We could do better. We could do better. And again, I invite you guys to be a part of our conversation today. 342-0081 4665-391. Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member.
Yes, good afternoon. A good few years ago, I look on the television and I look the newspapers, and I'm a lover to have that always too out. You know, America, Canada, and England have it all the time. Until last year, I am warning my citizens not to come to Trinidad and Tobago for the don't for it. I telling all you, I will find the truth. Right? I think all you going to Trinidad and Tobago, do not go to Laventille, Beacon, Sheila, I don't know where they say Cocorie. I cannot know because I don't know those are it. On the papers I still have it. But I realize why, right? Narendra Modi, a statesman, a world statesman, every country in this world that man go to. When he reached to Africa, the African boys started saying Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, all about the Muslim countries. But talk about 200 Muslim every day on TV. When he come here, watch what Penelope Beckers and Chikudu. Watch what the young fella do. He cuts the man's mother, but he might want that mouth before he's dead. You hear? If you look this morning, the jam Gandhi had, ahead of state come, why? This race thing is not finishing because Penelope Beckers and them had a meeting, and what is it? We have played camera, we go down to us to keep the meeting. And all the whole meeting was, I was listening to a woman from Tobago. They put she Minister of Education. What she said the PNM people doing all fighting and thing in school. You said so. They put in their hand high in the meeting and they jump them high. We don't put camera. We don't put camera. We don't put when she done, Becker start. When Becker start, the man who couldn't give the people water in the pipe, he start. The one who lost his seat, the whole meeting was that. We don't play camera, we don't play camera. One Moody come, let's say a leader of opposition take she people to go to disrespect herself, she come here and she people, not Moody. Moody don't know what's going on in Trinidad because he did the only news, he see the news. So one of them said, they went, the Colpack Mouth and Bicycle Wheel say that they went to let Moody know what's taking place in Trinidad, right? But they went to embarrass themselves. They went to embarrass themselves because Moody know what's going on and them and nobody. So when all is getting on so, as ministers, what all is what the children in the school to do? Look at the young fellow doing who he was. Or they didn't even put a correction to that. Nobody put a correction. I'm gone, thank you.
All right, thank you.
This also goes for every Trinbagonian.
Mom, you know, moms, when she ready to Lego the vampire. You know.
Do something.
So you wanted me to play this one?
Now I was referring to.
I decided.
It had deferred to
right
the mentality that a lot of us have when it comes to the consumption of alcohol, and this is not applied to the young people alone, eh? I'm just saying.
Oh no, I can't play it actually.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah, some kind of thing. I think it could be the phone as well. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, President. Yeah, President here.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, man. I mean, I know to myself that I have to respect the office, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I want to ask that question. How to respect the word honorable if somebody not honorable? If you're not honorable, how to respect that word honorable? I don't know whether that will come to me. Because if you're not honorable, I ain't seeing how much I could give you that respect. It comes just like the same thing as the office. The office is just the office. But if the office can have an honorable somebody in the seat, how to respect that person if they're not honorable? You know, I understand you when respect the office. But then the person who's sitting down in the office is honorable, so eventually it's not his office you are opposing, it's the person.
I get that. I get where you're coming from. From, President. Yeah. That's another way to look at it. And I get that. Because some persons, you know, what they do within the office and they bring the office into what's the word?
Into discredit, into scandal. I don't want to say disrepair, but disrepute. That's it. It'll take a while. Mother way better at the words than I.
So you bring the office, you know, they tend to bring the office in disrepute. And you know, obviously, just as what President said. So someone messaged me, Hashim, asking, so no alcohol under 21. Can they still work in a bar? They're asking if someone who is under 21
can still serve alcohol.
If they could still work in a bar, or bars are or bar work is only for persons who are 21 years and over.
Logic would suggest. I mean, if you're not allowed to be in the establishment as a patron, I guess you wouldn't be allowed as an employee either. At least that's what logic would dictate. But then that comes under the rules of employment.
You sound like you write the law.
Yeah.
Because you
I said logic.
No, but hear what you said, Mr. Hashim. You said that how if it is that you're not allowed to be there,
right?
But remember, the restriction is only alcohol. It didn't say that you cannot enter. Because the thing is, you could go into somebody's establishment once you're over the age of 18.
Right.
Now, you could go. It doesn't mean that you had to consume alcohol. No, now.
So now you're looking through the, now you're looking for the loopholes in you're looking for the clauses and the loopholes in these clauses, huh?
No, what? That is how it is.
No, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that. And I said logic would dictate by that question.
Right.
Right? That you're not allowed to be employed or be a patron. Right?
But that is interesting because
but it is an interesting. No, but it is an interesting.
Now a
thought.
lot of bars at present. Now a lot of them hire our
young people,
Venezuelan population. Hear me out.
Go ahead.
A lot of them are very young.
Mm-hmm.
What is going to happen there? Are we? This is the thing, you know. There's so much of things happening in this world, in this. No, not say world. So much things happening within Trinidad and Tobago. So much of crime, which we will get into our next hour. What is not
a crime?
What is not a crime, but should be considered a crime?
We ain't really touched it this week neither.
Yeah, but definitely, after we pay the bills, because I have some that I need to touch on. But boy, oh boy, we have a lot of work to do, you know, people. Trinidad and Tobago, we have a lot of work to do, you know. Yes, and yet if you think, and that's why I say smoke screen distractions.
Yeah.
If you think that what our administration is trying to address right now is what should really be on the front burner, trust me, y'all are not seeing.
Remove the filters, guys. The rose tinted glasses. That there's deeper things going on that need serious attention. And I don't know if it is they're trying to put these things in front while they deal with them in the background.
But I hope that is the case.
I hope that is the case. I genuinely hope that is the
Mr.
case.
Roger Alexander, our Commissioner of Police, Mr. Alistair, please, you all need to come together and start to work on a plan to gain back that trust, that relationship with the population, so that we could definitely move forward. Persons must feel comfortable to be able to walk into the police station and get proper customer service.
To trust a personality to do a job that y'all supposed to be doing, that alone should tell you y'all have work to do. But
stop,
we got
and stop bypassing simple thing, because I've seen where police officers, because them on their own mission, they would see illegal activities happening and pass straight and go in. Anyways, let's go and pay those bills. We're going to come back in the next hour.
Your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM.
40.
For more information, call 399-5959 or 384-2232.
This is the voice of Tuesday, Seventh-day Adventist. We are preaching Emergency Alert broadcast, which is from the Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist Church. We will be featuring voices of brethren from different parts of the world, preaching the gospel, preaching prophecy as it relates to current events and the ending of the world. Listen to us on 91.9 FM every Sunday from 9:05 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sundays. May God bless you as you learn the truth. In Jesus' name, amen.
Are you searching for answers to life's questions? Those things that disturb and concern you the most? Why all the wickedness? Why the suffering in the world? Will it end? Who is responsible? Well, if so, join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
Come shop at the biggest African market in the Caribbean with its African-inspired art, craft, jewelry, clothing, books, delicious food. We're at the Queen's Park Savannah, transformed into the Lidjasu Omuale Emancipation Village for the 2025 Pan-African Festival TT, commemorating emancipation, July 25th to August 1st. Also, enjoy jazz, pan, calypso, reggae, dance, drumming, bois, art exhibits, and for the children, the African Heritage Camp and workshops. The village opens 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Free admission before 3 p.m. Just $40 after. Kids under 12, free all day. Bring your family, your friends, your vibes, and let's celebrate the 187th anniversary of emancipation, our heritage and future together. The Emancipation Support Committee, shaping sustainable futures through reparatory justice.
Get hot this summer. Oh no, we mean HUT, as in hot days mean hot deals with Pizza Hut. Get one large pizza plus single breadsticks for only $135, or go bigger with two large pizzas, family breadsticks, and cinnamon rolls for just $290. All your favorite pizzas with all the toppings you love all summer long. So head to the Hut and get your hot deals while this offer is super hot. Pizza Hut, now that's delivering.
Every child is created for excellence. Release the natural intelligence from every child with the IBG educational products. Just listen to these testimonies.
He wanted to read to show me what he can read in one day time. We get through the program and she made real good marks. And she's singing the song. She liked the song too bad.
And they were really excited. It's success in no time for them.
With the IBG educational products, we guarantee instant learning to all.
This is about the best thing I've seen. It is extremely well.
At IBG, we project the young minds of today to be leaders tomorrow. Just call us at 330-1384 or WhatsApp us at the same number, 330-1384. Delivery at your door. Find us on Facebook and Instagram. Start working from at home with the IBG educational products and send them out to school as champions.
Are you tired of scratching the surface? Do you want to understand the real forces shaping Trinidad and Tobago? From the delicate dance of our energy sector on the global stage, to the geopolitical shadows behind the crime affecting our streets, we dig deeper. The third umpire goes beyond the headlines. We connect the dots between local challenges and the international currents that truly impact your life, your wallet, your security. Join Stephen Matheson, Selvin Mitchell, and Ronaldo Rollux, 3 employment law and human resource management consulting professionals, as they unpack the complexities, analyze the power plays, and reveal the often hidden realities. Understand the game. Understand your role in it. The third umpire, critically analyzing Trinidad and Tobago's economic and political realities on how they affect your daily lives. Tune in Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. on The Street 919 FM. Don't just listen to the news. Understand it.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on The Street 919 FM radio. Here my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Champlain, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Get interactive with us. Call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
So, good afternoon once again to all our members. Good afternoon to all our listeners and all our members on YouTube, Facebook. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that you are never going to miss any of the action happening right here on the Street 919 FM and also on the Street Council. Your speakers of the House, Anderson and Hashim, we're here. And this is our last and final hour. And at 4 p.m. we make way for the Third Empire. They are up next.
To build a strong and better.
I don't know how much cricket they're having these last couple of days with this weather. But you know, once the weather holds up, they just come out here and you know.
There's always some commentary to be had.
Yeah.
At least reviewing some plays.
I even heard that they had a Fed match.
Yeah?
Yeah. so I heard. So you guys know we do it in our last and final hour. What is not a crime but should be considered a crime, Trinidad and Tobago? And we invite you guys to be a part of this segment as well. 342-0081 and 466-5391.
Remember, the key to success is working hard.
No, I was saying I send the image. I think you could play it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel that a lot of y'all who think this way should be considered criminals. Just in light of everything we've been talking about today, now.
Right?
You know, but I'll leave you to play the clip.
All right. So listen to this one.
I decided to stop the drinking, but when I realized the owner of the bar have a family to feed, I continued.
So the man said he was, he wanted to stop drinking, but then when he considered that the bar owner had a family to provide for, he decided not to.
Wow.
And that should be considered a crime. Wow. Wow, Hashim.
No, because you decide to go back on your word for better your health. Your patronage is not the difference between him feeding his family or not. I can 92% guarantee that. Yeah. I can't call for the other 8. But yeah, he'll be fine without you. I assure you.
What is not a crime but should be considered a crime for me? Let me tell you.
Go ahead.
I still find a lot of persons driving brand new vehicles, and apparently they didn't realize it come with indicators. And if you are one of them, that should be considered a crime. Okay? Please use your indicators. Use your indicators, please.
I cannot even say that it's a new vehicle problem. A lot of y'all don't understand that the 2 little sticks on the side of the steering wheel, one of them is to tell you when a car is moving left and when a car is moving right. Use it, please. I beg. Piggybacking right off of that, you know what is a crime? To the white wing road with the ladder on top of it, whose number plate start with PCN. You see the drive that you pulled there by the stadium where you literally pulled out of a third lane and nearly caused that new Tucson to crash and cause a traffic? He is a criminal, right? I ain't gonna say your whole license plate number, but if you happen to see a white ring road with a ladder on it, just roll on the window and tell him he's a crime, okay? Just do that for me, please, this afternoon, if you happen to see him on the nation roads.
Now, this one that I'm going to play here, right? It's not really so much a crime, but I want to give this woman... I just want to bring this woman in front of the class.
In front of the class?
Yeah, she entertained me, man. She entertained me. I think it was a real entertaining contribution coming from her.
I'll withhold judgment until I hear the evidence brought forth.
Let me take this call. Let me take this call first.
All right.
I think I lost that call. So yeah, you guys could call in and be a part of the contribution. Be a part of the segment as well. What is not a crime but should be considered a crime? And those numbers are gonna 342-0081 466-5391. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome. Hello, are you there?
Good afternoon.
Seem like
connection drop. Gather your thoughts.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon, DJ Anderson.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Hashim.
What's up?
I want to welcome myself to the Street 919 FM. What I have been listening since great conversation, guys.
All right.
What is a crime? So, Hashim Anderson, suppose a youth man come to you and say, boy, dog, boy, go and buy another punching for me, boy. is that encouraging or that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, once it is against the law.
Yeah, once he is against the law, once he is under the age of 18, then that is considered a crime.
Right, it is not a crime, but it could be. It is a crime too, because most youth man has come up with me, boy, daddy boy, go in the bar and buy something for me now. Play this mark for me now, boy, dog boy. Hey, I say I just do it. I just go and buy it because I'm a senior citizen. So that is not. That is something I could stay off from.
You could stay off from, yeah. Well, you buying it is not the crime, you know. But passing it off to them, I think, is where the criminal activity takes place, you know.
Correct.
But Dan boy again at $20 tip, you know.
That's what. All right, Panadol. All right, Panadol. You have a good one, right? Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Panadol is easy, nah. Panadol, so you getting a tip. Wow.
I like that. Hey, $20 is add up, you know. $20. Speaking of adding up, I was to address this yesterday, but we got lost in the topic. You see what is a crime? When you're going to a store, right, and the cashier tell you the price is $10, you give them $10, eh? But it's coins.
What? You give the cashier $10 in coins?
I did not give the cashier $10 in coins. Don't put that out there. I happened to stop in the mini mart on my way home from the gym yesterday. Picking up some bread for the house. And as I approached the cashier, the guy in front of me, I don't know what he buy, but the cashier girl said it was $10, and he opened his fist like this. $10 in Trinidad coins.
No, I wouldn't say that is a crime.
No, you leaving that for that poor girl to count, boy.
No, we don't know the person's situation.
You leaving that? Nah, boy. This is a hard work. You take your laundry change that was locked up in the car, and you decide to go buy that. Nah, boy. You could have well go.
Yeah, what you call it? Yeah, what you call it? That is the American version.
I don't know how does I seldom use laundromat here. I don't know how I just yeah.
Nah, well
I might wash a dryer. So
yeah, that was saying. So like
so
in Trinidad here.
But I was saying you could have go somewhere and change that coin before coming to that mini mart.
Nah, Shima, I think you're wrong for that one. I think you're coming
leave that poor girl.
That
poor girl had to sit there and count that coin now.
Look, this member even saying that to you. Hard on him. Hi, good afternoon, member.
Nah, I don't think them saying
that. Yeah, good afternoon. So the $3 money.
Thank you.
It's not about. Okay, so if somebody pay you $100 in coins, you said they don't want to come there.
But that is money. Right? Or if you want to give me the item free, well, all right. But that is money. I went to a place already, and them telling me they're not taking 10 cents and 5 cents. I say, well, if all they want to put the rest for me, then okay. But that is money. It's not my fault that you lazy and don't want to check it.
Wow. So the girl lazy now.
If they want, just like how they disband the 1 cent, well, disband all the coins. So everything will just be dollars and no cents.
I go into the next town hall and I saying that.
No, everything will just be in dollars and no cents. Just like how we having people had no sense.
Well, a lot of people don't say we have no sense, so they might as well get rid of the coin one time.
They could match the money to the brains of some people in the country.
Wow.
But no sense.
You see how far he going? See how far he going?
All right. All right, Chris. All right. We hear you.
But money is money.
Nobody's money. It's money though.
Right.
We don't know.
But
we don't know what the person might have been going through.
Listen. If I was 10 years old, $10 in quarters I would have been so happy, right? But this is a grown woman you leave into, and he just cling, and she just to trust that this is $10 in she hand. Suppose she counted now and it's $9.45. You see the same thing? You see it now.
No, I still find it. We have to allow him, man. We have to allow him. We know this, and it's just $10.
That is no.
That's just $10. That's small thing. That's small thing.
No warning, no nothing. Ain't even to say that it was like a roll it. You know those coins.
Right?
But
now that you say it like that, I would say okay, yeah, because if it is that I have, let's say I have $2 or $3 in quarters, I would probably ask us, you will take the quarters?
Yeah, you will take coin.
But then again, I don't know the person's situation at the time. That is probably all the money the person had on them.
He just rip it out of his side pocket because one of them khaki pants he have, and just in a fist. So,
Hashim, we listen and we don't judge in that particular
scenario.
But listen to this, right? Some would call this a crime.
Okay.
Others may say, nah, it's not a crime. But I leave it up to Trinidad and Tobago.
All right.
You're not going back and build nothing. I tell Penny tonight, just like Lady Lava, you not Bob the Builder. You're not building P&M. You're not building P&M for future.
Hey! If you all did not get that happened on Monday at in Safaria, where our Minister of Works, the Honorable Jolene John, send a message, a stern message.
Concentrate.
Well, let me not say a stern message, because it was a lot of humor in it.
It sounded like a humorous jab.
Humor, very, and I found it to be very humorous myself. She said, Miss Penny,
it's not Bob the Builder.
You are not Bob the Builder. You're not building P&M for future.
You see what is a crime?
So some would say that is a crime, and others would say
no. You see what is a crime? Politician using the artist lyrics like this. I fed up.
Somebody tell me play it over again.
Nah, don't play it again.
Oh God.
Don't play it again.
The voice of the members are the voice of God. So let me play it over.
You're not going back and build nothing. I tell Penny tonight, just like Lady Lava, you not Bob the Builder. You're not building P&M. You're not building P&M for future.
Watch how you go get a call from somebody this afternoon, you know. Good afternoon, Anderson. Play that clip one more time for the. And I go finish the call. I will let him call and say it because you know who you are. You know who you are.
Shout out to all our members.
Now the election.
And what is not a crime but should be considered a crime?
In short,
so boy,
using song lyrics in your political jobs, that should be a crime.
And concentrate.
You are not Bob the Builder. You're not building P&M for future.
I don't know. Hey. I don't know if it's to sound relevant to the young people or they need to stop doing that.
No, but Miss Jolene John, she went with that one.
It come in clear.
Yeah, she went with that one.
I can't help but laugh. Because the original song is a kicksy song too, you know.
Yeah.
Every time that hook come in, I just grin, you know. Because it's how is her cadence, how she elocutes the lyrics. It's make you laugh. If you hear how she just say that song, and you don't laugh, you just don't have a soul.
Now, I don't know if some of you, well, I know some of you obviously would take in series and sitcoms and movies and so forth. And as of recent, I was actually trying to watch out an episode of The Godfather of Harlem. right? If you guys, I'm not too sure if you guys are looking for a good series to watch, I could probably recommend that one, Godfather of Harlem. And within one of the episodes, it was mentioned of the straw man. Yeah, one of the episodes they mentioned the straw man, and I needed to shout out to one of our members who wanted me to play so much of wanted us to play the video of the straw man and so forth. And by watching this particular episode, Hashim, it really made me see things differently, and made me even did some other research on my own that this straw man thing, it's serious, huh? There's a lot of persons among us, and you may look at them and say, but what them doing there? And
like in certain places,
no, like they hold certain positions or they hold certain things, and you say, but what they doing there? And them from back so and so behind God back somewhere behind, they living in some boardhouse, and you're wondering all of these different things, but you don't understand.
You do have to spell them out.
Them have a straw man. Them have somebody that pulling every angle, controlling all the moves.
But that sound more like a puppet master than a straw man to me.
Nah, they you see, it's more than just the puppet alone, eh? It's just more.
And production to build a strong and better.
Hey, good afternoon to Bootylicious, locked on. One time. Bootylicious, what is a crime is? I don't know your real name, eh? But yeah. Before she call me forward, let me not say that. There's a comment here, and I'm not sure what he's trying to say, and I don't want to try and make it out on the online.
No, go ahead. Is it Michael?
Yeah. Yeah. In the last 10 years under PNM, over 6,000 people died through murders while smoking weed and go in Parliament to sleep. The criminals were happy to go about doing their crime. There might be some typos there, but I didn't catch the last part of that sentence.
Yeah. Michael, shout out and good afternoon going out to you, member. But I think you need to kind of explain exactly your point there, or you could probably call in. That'll be easier.
342-0081.
Yeah, and let us know exactly what
just need some context, friend.
Yeah, it's a bit jumbled there. So
yeah, it happens. Hey, it happens to me all the time. You see what is a crime? These touchscreen keyboards.
What is a crime? Should be predictive text. You know, sometimes you're thinking that you're gonna spell one word and then it spells something totally different.
Listen. The vowels on the keyboard, especially U, I, and O, need to be separated. Because every time I try to spell while, predictive text keeps changing it to whole. And I'm like, I'm not trying to spell whole. I'm trying to spell while. Right? I
probably trying to tell you it's a wild hole. I don't
know. Whoa. WHOLE.
I'm not sure. I'm just saying. Just asking.
Nah. I actually miss physical keyboards on cell phones.
Yeah.
I think we peaked right there as a society. Right? Give me that option of typing. You remember the BlackBerry Torch? That was phone. Slide up, type your text, slide down, and you can tap the screen for whatever else you need. That need to come back. I
had never liked text.
You know what?
SMS, and I'd never liked those things.
No, listen. No,
you know what got me a bit?
SMS was an art, you know.
You know what got me a bit?
You had to know how to do it.
A bit comfortable with sending messages is when I was introduced to this thing called BBM. And this whole keyboard right in front of me, it was like,
click.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I feel a text back in the day was earned. When someone send you a text through SMS back in the days of the Nokia and the motor, because you had to sit down and number code. Remember, we was texting.
Mister, I'm sure it's a woman who would be listening right
code.
now that will tell you that is not true, because because from since back then to now they calling man dog.
Well, okay.
And you know how much lies they probably get through messages like that.
And I don't listen to broken records, so
wow.
Yeah, Come with something fresh. What Brian Lara said, records meant to be broken. That record been broken since my grandmother had a little girl. So come again. Come again with that.
All right.
Right? You have to sit down and know the letters on every number and know how many times to tap in order to get the letter you want to form words, It's still have people out there that can still communicate through SMS numbers, messages. Yeah, you have to work for a text back in the day. So if somebody texts you, and
it had to be love.
Yeah, it had to be love, because you had to sit down and then wait for them to respond. And back then, especially when we trying to court a little young girl, and you trying to send a whole paragraph of feelings, you there for a good 10-15 minutes trying to type this message, and she just waiting, and now you had to wait, and sometimes all you get back is a "aw."
What about you and that person? Because you as a child, you may not have had a cell phone. Your parents, the older ones, might have had a cell phone, right? But you're waiting patiently. Now, okay. Let me speak in my experience. So I didn't have a phone at a particular time growing up, but my sister had a phone. And
she was older than you.
Yeah, and if it is that I used to give them a sister number, because that's the easiest person to get through it, and and she would hand me the phone. So I there waiting patiently, but here this the phone call I waiting for, my girl had to go by a phone booth. And it used to be vice versa. It used to be vice versa.
Them cable and wireless phone booth.
It used to be vice versa, because I used to I had to go by the same phone booth to call her. And I had to call she house phone. You understand?
And back in the days when you call house phone and somebody on the internet, they vex. That internet cutting.
Sometimes I had to walk with one of my cousins or whatever, and she had to make the call. And say, can I speak to how's she name? And the mother would be like, who is this? They're her friends. They're from school. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Coming in clutch.
Yeah, man. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
What is a crime? What is not a crime? And it could be a crime. When a lot of us are ain't really listening to some people and try to really understand certain things. Now, I still praise how you bring that straw man talk, right? So I ain't vexed about that. I ain't vexed neither. I just going and put out what I understand and going into it. Basically, that straw man fallacy is a fallacy that is a distortion existence. Here how it put them. Now, an opponent, the user opponent, put out his opinion or so, or an argument. But the next man who he put out the argument with, he distort this fella argument and make it look different just so that he could attack the fella argument. Now how the whole thing explained is that between the man who put out the argument and the person who opposition or being an opposition of the argument, the person who is the opposition of the argument, he set like between them a straw man. You know, like how you make a straw man and like straw and hang it up like a man. So when you're talking to the original opponent. You're talking to the straw man.
Correct.
So that don't care how, and then what is happening now? When you're talking to the straw man and it's kind of similar to what the opponent talking, the opponent answering you back. So one time, the opposition man set a thing that he could attack and could really defeat the real opponent now
and make the opponent look bad. That is what going on in politics. That was going on in plenty of us out here. Now I come and tell a man, boy, I went down by me girl. He said, boy, I feel you right. I will tell you, if you like that changing this up big one time, so the compensation ain't going to be like I went down by me girl. I have to argue with him, man. Well, yes, I went down by me girl and all kind of. If you could stop that before, then you break the straw man. It's a fallacy. It's a fallacy, a deception. It comes down to a manipulated, deceptive, misleader. That is a misrepresented situation. So more people, write in the dictionary too, and if you go in the dictionary like the Western thing, you see it, you see straw man, just the name straw man, and it gives a nice meaning. That if you have the intelligence to look deep into the meaning, you see the truth of it. It's a misrepresenting what I may call ideology that works in court, it works in big high places, in court and all this music. It's advised that if you're using the straw man, you could get jail at all. So it's a serious thing. And if it leads down a man using the straw man, that is a crime.
Thank you so much, member.
Thank you, President.
Yeah, President said it best, you know, and that is exactly it. And I'll advise you all to again, if you're looking for a good series to watch, you could definitely check in
Godfather of Harlem.
And if you want to definitely look into Strowman, the video is on YouTube, and you could also check out different websites and so forth to get some more information. But there's just persons within our surroundings and so forth. When you look at them, trust me, you really don't know that sometimes it's not them, you know, that doing you the unjust. Sometimes it's somebody beyond them, but you know, that's just the face that you see in there. But and sometimes you may just be able to see the straw man face too, you know, but you don't know. You don't know. You just don't know. It was very as I say, one of the episodes was very interesting, and it just so happened that a straw man came up in it. I was like, well, look at that. Look at that, you know?
You see what's a crime is you making me remember them cell phone-less days. Because I was like you, I ain't had no phone, you know. Right. But unlike you, I ain't had no big sister to call no girl from me, and I was the oldest.
And you stand up there on the side, you're waiting patiently, excited. That was me.
Nah.
And as soon as I know,
you know what?
She come on the phone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, getting to talk. Yeah.
What I had thankfully was MSN. That was the only go-between I had. And then even then, sometimes I had a parent hovering over me to see what I'm saying to these to see what I'm saying to my friends and my peers. I remember a time my mother pushed me off a keyboard and messaged somebody to say stop swearing chats with my son. When I tell you I couldn't show my face in school the next day because she laughed, you know. She laughed at that message, and I hear she talk about it. And I hide all day the next day, you know. I didn't talk to nobody that day. Because everything that happened on MSN, they go talk about it in school the next day. So
and back then
I was nowhere to be seen.
And back then MSN, the emojis wasn't as how it is now.
Oh, you see that? not knowing emoji codes. An emoji code was the difference between get through and write off, you know. You had to know what emoji you were sending. I still remember a couple of them. Yeah, the colon bracket is a smile, and then the bracket the next way is a frown. Different things. If you type emoji codes in your phone right now, they will come up as the emoji.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Hi, good afternoon. Hashim, you wanted to know my name? My real name is Melissa.
Thank you, Melissa. Good afternoon to you.
Oh, gosh.
Why you hating? You see that? That is a crime, Mr. Speaker.
That is a crime.
I asked for a request.
Why you hating?
It's nothing about hating though. It's like what should be a crime is using this time on a program like this to try to pips, to try to track.
First of all,
this was person number and message them directly.
First of all,
don't make me mute here.
This was no pips. I sent out a request to a council member.
And I answered because I was locked on.
Okay. Protocol.
All right, okay. All right.
But I want to give them my crime. You see what you all know. You see these stores and them who selling these onesies for these women and them and they shape like Lord Nelson.
Wait. Wait, the suit shaped like Lord Nelson or the women shaped like Lord Nelson?
Hey,
the women shaped like Lord Nelson, sorry.
I am not going to be body shaming anybody. So
we're not body shaming.
Yes, say shape
but
like.
Oh gosh.
Which man will find a body like Lord Nelson? Which a woman body like Lord Nelson? Come on, that not body shaming. Nah. All right, Booty. All right, Booty. Thanks so much, But Booty, before you go.
Yes, my darling.
You are out of order.
I go take that. I go on.
It have somebody out there for everybody, Listen, women could come as is, you know. It don't matter the shape, size, or shade. Some man out there will want them, okay?
Hashim,
even if they shape, even if they are shaped,
if a woman is
like the
legendary Lord Nelson. Are you?
Me personally?
Yeah.
No, that is not my personal cup of tea.
Stop it.
But it have someone out there who will.
Wow.
I guarantee you.
Wow.
So you mean to tell me Lord Nelson shaped women do not deserve love? That's what you're trying to tell me on this
I
council?
am not saying that, but if it is your... You know Brigo? You ever heard about Brigo?
Yes, actually I was hearing one of his songs in the ride share I took yesterday.
Alright, Google Brigo right now. Yeah,
Google Brigo. Alright.
When you Google Brigo, I will ask you something.
Alright.
Because this is our land. Come my brother, come my...
You see speakers like my co-host speaker? There's a crime with it.
Oh Lord, I forget what Brigo look like, you know.
Yeah. Look at image now, man. You must get image.
Yeah. I got image right there.
How are we looking?
Yeah.
Right.
So you're saying woman? Saying a woman wouldn't want Brigo?
If a woman had that same identical look
as Brigo,
like the legendary Brigo, were you taking her out on a date?
Was I taking her out on a date?
Date and expecting more.
More? No.
Well, right, just stop it. So stop it.
I will take her something. I'll take her for something to eat. if she say I'm hungry, we'll go down the road for some doubles. You know, I say I'm going on a doubles run. You want something? I'll do that. I know. But
when you buy the doubles, right? And you know she did doubles. She said thanks, Hashim. Let me give her a kiss.
I'll oblige her cheek. I am a gentleman, okay? Unlike you, Speaker Anderson, I'm a gentleman.
Okay.
I'm a man of chivalry.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I
done. I made my point, and I'm sure that other members.
I feel you're on the wrong side. You're feeling on the body shaming side today.
No. That's why I said I am not. That's why I said I don't want to body shame anyone. But at the same time, if it is that we look at certain persons and say, if that was like a woman version, would you be attracted?
May not be me, but it might be somebody else.
But I'm asking you though.
But I already told you it wouldn't be me. But I'm not going to. But I'm not going to rule out that she's not attracted to somebody else.
But you're just saying both of you are out.
It's like me saying you look like. does it really work the opposite way? No.
Somebody saying yes. Hashim is a good man, I find.
I appreciate you. Thank you, member. I appreciate that.
Wow.
Don't come back and say that member shaped like Lord Nelson, eh?
Yeah, I don't understand the image they sent me before that message though.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't see how it relates. Or one relates to the other. But
you very off, eh? I don't think it have a woman out there that look like this though.
Like who?
Like Brigo though. You're off, eh? No, you're very off. It's one thing to be shaped.
So why you saying you don't think it have a woman? So then what you trying to say? You don't have a woman that have that nice look?
To have those kind of features on a woman, I don't think a woman have that.
So you think that
so a woman out there have a beard like Brigo?
What's that?
A woman out there have a beard like Brigo?
Let me take this call. Good afternoon, member. Welcome.
So you drink some Datu and you see this thing, but you know the purple, you know the purple. I mean, the person might be clean and thing and the purple good. You go blanket, boy?
Is you he talking
to?
It's
you!
Is you talking to?
You!
So if the purple...
You know...
Who you talking
to? You looking like all you say there, but the thing clean and...
But the purple is right.
Shaped like a Nelson.
But the purple is...
You see your head bad, the purple looking like you could handle a purple.
You could handle
it.
But that was showing your president. The purple, once the purple ripe, there's a once purple is ripe, there is a man out there that will try a purple.
No, he not. Don't talk about a man out there. He's saying if he are asking you.
No, he's asking you.
If the purple, if despite how the person might be looking, face or whatever, but you know the purple good. What you doing?
If I know the purple good,
yeah.
Boy, I hitting the purple like that.
Alright, okay, President. Alright.
Boy, the purple getting last boy.
Alright.
Thank you, President.
You are out of order.
See where you start?
Wow.
See where you start?
Wow. So.
Well, there's your answer.
So it doesn't matter how the face look.
As long as the purple is ripe.
As long as the purple is ripe, you know it good, you're there. Alright, Hashim.
Did I say that?
You know what?
Did I say that? Don't.
No, members, you know, I was going to invite Hashim.
Member president is who said that,
I was going to invite Hashim to a function.
Wow.
But the things that are coming out of Hashim mouth right now, I feel like anything with a pulse, I should be concerned.
Wow. Alright.
No, I'm just joking.
There's some purpose you are not proud of, eh?
Who? Me? I am proud.
You're proud?
I am very, very proud. Very, very proud.
Okay.
Very, very.
Whatever purpose you have planted.
Very, very, very proud.
Alright.
There may be some questionable, you know, like...
Some questionable fruits.
Yeah. But
there might be a Karaili in there somewhere.
Nah. But, I mean, I love Karaili, but, you know, there's just certain things that you would have gone, certain routes you may have gone down with particular individuals that you might have just said, yeah, boy, I shouldn't have.
Some unpaved trails.
Oh.
You good?
No, the person, right? The person Google, but that could tell you this person, ashamed for this person. This person, this person sent a picture, right? Tell me how she went and she looked up Lord Nelson, right?
Right.
But apparently, the image she sent me of Lord Nelson, he can't be a Trinidadian. Because how that gonna be Lord Nelson?
Oh, wow. Wait. What? No, that is a crime. That is a crime.
That is a crime. When you live in Trinidad and you don't know
who Lord Nelson is.
Who is Lord Nelson?
When you don't know your Kaisonians, that is a crime.
Nah.
That is a crime.
And look, they're asking me who is Brigo? Nah. Member.
Nah. You are out of order.
Who asked that?
If point is you don't know. No, this is
that?
somebody messaging me personally, sir. Not on that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, one of the persons who follow us, you know, and listen to our program.
Yeah.
So you trying to tell me you don't know who is Brigo and you don't know who is Lord Nelson?
No, man.
If you don't know these people, you need to hand in your ID card. If you have a passport, hand it in, and also bring your birth certificate. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Come, let us sit and try
expeditiously.
Nah, man.
That is crazy.
Nah.
Ever we must show.
How you could be living Trinidad and you don't know who is Brigo and Lord Nelson?
Man. And that's the thing, you know. Some people. I asked somebody to name an old soca the other day, and they say Kes.
Oh my.
What? They say Kes what less. And I say that is not old. Them say that song is 15 years old. Okay. When I paused to say that song is 15 years old, I was like, fair point, but that's still not old. That's still not old. That when I say old soca, I'm talking Shadow, Black Stalin, Baron, God, Auntie Rose. Maya. Come on.
She now find Brigo.
She now find him.
She said my image. She now find who is Brigo.
Right.
Ladies.
Rest his soul.
Yeah. I mean, he was a very talented person that, you know, brought a lot to our art form as well. But as you said, my image here, right?
And onward to progress we show.
Max Booty. Booty, we
more than ever we.
Somebody with Brigo's features and so forth. You're going out? You're going out with him?
Yeah, asking Booty that.
Yeah, asking Booty that.
Okay.
Also, you know, any ladies who are listening.
I feel as an unfair question.
Why?
Because you can't speak ill of the dead. So.
No, I say somebody with features. I didn't say him directly.
Features comparable too. You know. That's a tricky one to answer. Let me. A Lord Nelson shape man.
Oh, oof.
Ladies, would you date a Lord Nelson shape man?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Ashim and Anderson.
Afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, we hear you.
Yes. You know, as a crime fellas members.
What's up?
It might sound jokey, but all you go like it.
Uh-huh.
The both all you committed a crime right now. Because it has someone watching all you like Brigo.
Oh shoot!
Wow!
Wow!
Hi, good afternoon.
Afternoon, person going on the program. Watch me. The person who will be getting enough from here.
The person who don't know Brigo not from here?
Brigo and they're not from here.
I agree.
You better ask them for what the things you're asking them for. They're not from here.
Exactly. I agree.
It's years them here.
You understand?
There's a person your kitchen, all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, them kind of California. Anyway, God bless you and listen to all you. I love the program.
Thank you. So no. But let me get back to this previous caller.
But what's in
this outer order member, right?
Member, you are out of order.
The man say
that
we looking.
Member say that we looking like a Lord Nelson and
a Brigo to somebody.
But you know that could be for real, eh?
No, he ain't lying.
Nah, he a lie.
He just out of order.
Yeah, he just out of order to bring that here. We're living. Member, we're living. Wow.
Well, check this now. I actually found a picture of a young Lord Nelson. Yeah. What's that? Man was dapper, man. The man was dapper.
Not to the ladies that listening on the outside, our loyal ladies, our members. Do you find that Do you find that we look like
I want to
Brigo or Lord Nelson?
Stop you right there.
No, I want to know.
I don't want to know.
No.
I don't want to know.
If I have a problem, I want persons to point it out and say,
wait. It's a problem if you look like
no, I mean,
yes,
if it is that, okay, like for
like
instance, okay, people would say, some person would say, Lord Nelson have a real big belly. So if it is fine, I have a big belly, let me know. So I will see if I could try and work on it.
I have a big belly. I already know this, but you know something? I still handsome. So I'm good. I real good. I don't need you to tell me whether or not I looking like a Nelson or Brigo. At the end of the day, my mother ain't make no ugly child. I know that for a fact. Right?
And you know this carnival going here was big belly
season. Okay? So you really can't talk to me at the moment. I real good.
But it's member boy.
I real good over here. I don't need if ladies, if you want to answer Speaker Anderson, by all means you can answer Speaker Anderson. Me, I know I look good. You don't want to tell me nothing.
And there's no excuse. You see persons who want to use this excuse. I too young, I wouldn't know this. And I too young, I wouldn't know that.
That is a stupid excuse.
That should also be a crime.
Yeah.
Member, good afternoon.
Hey, good evening, DJ Anderson. Good evening, Dream. Well, it's okay, guys, if they say Brigo and who, Lord Nelson. I want them to call me the elephant. you know why I want them to call me the elephant?
Why?
Let them come and feel the trunk.
You are out of order.
I know he was going to.
I had to call back for this. I had to call back. So I don't have a problem going out with somebody looking like Brigo. I don't have a problem.
Really bootylicious.
Yeah, that's one.
Nice one.
Hashim, I would say you looking like Notorious B.I.G. You're like a teddy bear.
I like that. I'll take that.
And
I don't have the cookie eye though.
Yeah, and DJ Anderson, you're like a sweet Chris Brown, something like that.
All right, Booty. All right, thanks, sir. Thanks.
Chris Brown, boy.
Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, remember. Hello?
Is Jim, you're playing your handsome, you're real handsome. It has some shade of woman. You watch it like we go and shoot it.
That's okay.
Them woman and them, it's like a woman so pretty. That all the handsome you see handsome, you are doing, Yeah, it's true.
Nah, it's true. It's true.
But I want to go by Panadol. Panadol coming with a shot there and nobody ain't taking me, you know.
What's that?
Because it's a shot that if we want to say who cash the first stone, listen what Panadol saying. Because it has real people out here doing exactly what Panadol said he was doing. He said we go try not to do it again. But it's a crime to pull 2 people in Trinidad and Tobago. I see that a lot around families and things.
Yeah, and
parents, big people sending out children to buy cigarettes and things, and it passing like nothing. This society we have, not you can't watch, you can't see everything. So,
I mean to cut you right.
And we talking, but nobody and dealing with the crime.
President.
In truth,
I mean,
you can't see everything.
President.
People just like me, and I'm sure let us see that they're casting.
Yeah,
that is a crime.
All right.
All right. Thanks, President. I don't mean to cut you though. What happened is we kind of out of time, right? We make way for
the third umpire.
The third umpire. They up next. On the Sunday had a fat match. They just go on a real drinks breaks. They never even offer us a drink.
You understand?
Right?
A little tea time, nothing.
They were here Monday too. They had a fat match. You understand? Monday was my birthday. Not even nothing. No. I find for the umpires.
You really coming?
I find that the umpires. They don't treat.
The preceding program.
No, not that.
The speakers of the house.
Not the speakers of the house. Because remember we in the stands.
Right.
And
this is a gentleman's sport.
And even though that they are in their boots, we right there, we cheering them on,
right.
and I mean, share the greed.
Yeah.
But the third umpire is up next, right? And they're gonna take you guys to 7, so you guys keep it locked to the Street 919 FM. We're out of time.
Yeah,
the Street Council has come to an end, and we're gonna see you guys tomorrow, please the Lord. Same time, same place, right here on the Street 919 FM. Until then, you guys have a good afternoon. And on behalf of myself, Anderson, and Hashim,
love, light, and to its light.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Attention business owners. Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959 or 384-2232.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus, the program that puts Jesus in his rightful place in our hearts and in our homes. Let's bring church home to you. Join us every Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. with your hosts, Kempes and Kevin.